გითხარი რო გავალთ. გავედით.
მოგესალმებით ძვირფასო კიბერმაყურებლებო, ქართველებო, დათუნა ბერიას, იბერიას და საქართველოს გულშემატკივრებო. ხევო გჯერა არის სტრიმი მყავს?
მოგესალმებით ჯერ და არა და არ მჯერა, იმიტომ რომ ამას ალბათ ვოცნებობდით რა. მე როგორც მოთამაშის მხრიდან ვიძახე რომ აქ მოხვედრას ალბათ ყველა უნატრობდით და ვოცნებობდით და დადგა ეს დღე, როცა იბერია და დავით ბერია ითამაშებს რა.
მოდი უფრო კიდე დავაკონკრეტოთ, ნებისმიერი ჩვენგანი, რომელიც FC-ს თამაშობდა, რომელიც თავის დროზე FIFA იყო, ვერც კი ვიოცნებებდით, რომ რომელიმე ჩვენი მეგობარი აღმოჩენილი იყო ამ სტადიაზე და მატჩი დაიწყო, Rafa Monteiro-ს ხვდებით, Dudelange's players, თეთრები ვართ ჩვენ, რა თქმა უნდა, იბერიას ფერი, Dudelange's გაგვიტანა პირველი ოთხზე, მაგრამ არა უშავს.
ერთ რაღაცას ვიტყვი ადამიანოდი, ეს სტრიმი როგორც იცით მოგვეწოდება მანჩესტერიდან და ხარისხი ამიტომ აქვს ესეთი და რო იცოდეთ რა, ცოტა შედარებით ცუდი ხარისხია.
ხო, მაგრამ ეს ჩვენი ბრალი არ არის, ძალიან ბევრი ასე ვთქვათ მოლაპარაკება წარიმართა იმის თაობაზე, რომ როგორმე გქონოდა სტრიმი და ჩვენი ქართველი ხალხისთვის საბოლოოდ შეძლეს თემამ და ლევანიმ და გვაქვს სტრიმი. მიუხედავად იმისა, რომ ცუდად დავიწყეთ, სწრაფი გოლი ცუდია რა თქმა უნდა. დათუნა ბერია მაქსიმუმს დადებს თავისას. Rafa Monteiro არის Dudelange's პლეიერი, მოთამაშე. Dudelange არის ლუქსემბურგი, Orange ლიგის გამარჯვებულია. წარმოშობით როგორც ვიცი პორტუგალიელია და სხვადასხვა დროს სხვადასხვა ლიგებში მიუღია მონაწილეობა. ეს კი დათუნა ბერია ბურთით ტიერიანი უტევს.
ეს ერთი გოლი არაფერია, როგორც ვიცით ამ FIFA-ში უამრავი გოლი გადის, ამიტომ დავაი დათუნ შეგილია, გჯერა. და გურთით ჰინკაპიე. გუნდი 15 მილიონის ბიუჯეტი ქონდა, როგორც ვიცი.
15 მილიონი და თან რესტრიქტი, რამდენიმე აიკონი, რამდენიმე ასე ვთქვათ, ჩემპიონთა ლიგის კარდები და ასე შემდეგ.
შეზღუდული იყო ესე რა ვთქვათ. აკრუიფი ბურთით, პირესი
კარგია დაცვაში. ჩემი აზრით, რაც უფრო თამაშებში შევალთ, ანუ ეს პირველი თამაშია, მით უფრო გათამამდება დათუნა ბერია, ისე ვფიქრობ.
ამ დონეზე, ამ ლეველზე დათუნა ბერია კი არის საქართველოს პლეიერი, არის პირველად და ჭირდება დრო რომ გაიხსნას.
სხვა სისტრაფეებია თავისთავად, შენ როგორც მოთამაშე ალბათ დამეთანხმები.
თან იმ გარემოში, ამდენ იმ მოთამაშეებთან ესე რომ ვთქვათ, ვისგანაც რაღაც სკილებს სწავლობ და იღებ და მე გადმოგაქ აქ. მაგათთან ერთად რო ხარ უკვე სხვა არის რა.
იქნებ ჩვენც ვასწავლოთ რა.
რა თქმა უნდა.
მეგრელი ჯიმა არის ძმაო, ეგ წარმოადგენელი ის კი არა.
დავიწყოთ აბაშეთევა. რაღაც საინტერესო გუნდი ყავს.
ჩვენ ხო?
კი, კი.
კარგი იქნებოდა ისე გუნდი რო ვცოდნოდა და ხვალ აუცილებლად ხვალისთვის მოვიპოვებ. ან იქნებ მეორე თამაშისთვისაც მოვიპოვო.
აქ მაიკონს ყვითელი აქ იმაცას და კაია.
კარგია, კი Dudelange's მაიკონს ყვითელი რომ აქვს. და იმედია წითელსაც ავკიდებთ.
კი, კი. რაღაც იმ სწრაფმა გოლმა იმის მერე არაფერი ქონია, მაგრამ პირესი.
ახლა უნდა
ფაინესე. არა, კარგია. უთხური უდავერი.
ეს მუსიკა თამაშის, ესე უნდა იყოს.
ოკეი. კუთხურის გათამაშება არაფერი დაიცვა და თუნდაც
კრუიფი,
არა დამოსვლა. ჰინკაპიე, ანრი, საინტერესო.
ლუსიო და ბარზაღლი ყავს.
მოლინა,
ეს ვინ არის ნეტა?
ეს არის პირესი. პირესი და ანრი ყავს აქეთ იქით შუაში ტურე.
არსენალის ფლანგები ყავს 2006 წელს.
რამირესი და ტურე.
რას ფიქრობ შემოხევო ნამდვილ ჩემპიონთა ლიგას ვინ მოიგებს, იქაც ქართველი თამაშობს მოგეხსენებათ?
რა თქმა უნდა ყველას გვინდა რა ხვიჩა მოიგოს, მაგრამ ნახოთ რა, იმედია მოიგებს რა თქმა უნდა.
იცი რა, ჩემთვის იმედია ფეხბურთი მოიგებს, იმიტომ რომ არსენალი ასე თამაშობს PSG-სთან შედარებით, მიუხედავად იმისა, რომ არსენალს ბევრი გულშემატკივარი მეგობარი მყავს.
მაგათი თამაში არსენალის ფანებს არ მოწონთ რა.
იმ დღეს ერთი ჩემი არსენალის მეგობარი ამბობდა, აიო მაგარი იქნებაო, გაბრიელის კუთხურიდან გოლით რომ მოვიგოთ.
და აქ რა კაი შეტევა.
ბაჯო,
შეიძლება ის 1-0 მორჩეს ეგ ფინალი რა. რასაც უყურებ, იმ ერთი მომენტის გარდა არ ყოფილა მომენტი.
კიკოფი იყო თან ის მოდი ვაღიაროთ.
კი.
კემბელი, მაიკონი.
საერთო მარტო ალბათ მինყოს.
პირესი ყავს საერთო.
და ცენტრი რა ტურე რა მის. კრუში არ ყავს.
ყავს.
არა ბაჯო და გიყვანია წინ. საინტერესო. პლეიერ ლოკი, ბაჯო ელოდება. კარგია. ნახოთ აბა ბოლო როლი. უკნიდან იჩქარა. Так, ჩვენი Dudelange's ფეხბურთელი Rafa.
ის არა აქ ისე რა ვთქვათ რომ ის სწრაფად გადმოდის.
არ თანაბარი იქ რა იმ
თამაში. არა რუსულში ხო, ჯერ დავაიო ეხა იგრაო.
აქ ისე ვარ ადაჩართული და გულშემატკი რომ აღარ უკვირდები მაგას.
ხეო, ჩემი აზრით აი ნამდვილად დიდ სხვაობას დავინახავთ Rafa Monteirosა და Vejrgang შორის, რომელსაც ხვალ შევხვდებით, ხო?
კი, და მოუთმენლად ველი მაგ თამაშს, მე კი ალბათ თვითონ დათუნაბერიაც. როგორია, როცა მსოფლიოს პირველ კიბერ სპორტსმენს ეთამაშები.
მე ვეუბნებოდი, რომ იქნებ ტრეშტოკი გავუშვათ, ხო, მაგრამ
არ ვიცი რამდენად იმოქმედებს რა, მაინც რა ანდერსაა. პირესი რუიფი, ამირესი,
თუ ეყავს, აკეთ?
არა, პირესი. ერთი პასია, კარგია.
1-0-ია ჯეჯეროვი. ჩემოსანდრეკ.
სალამი, ჩანსალამი.
შეგვიძლია
აი ჩანვარ თებობენასოლით.
არა, აქ ცუდი შეცდომა, მაგრამ დაცვაში კარგი ხარ ბერო, წავედით რამირესი მომენტი გვჭირდება რა.
გოლი გვჭირდება.
მომენტი მოიტანს კი.
კიკოფი გაგვიტანეს. ამ ხელის მარე შემდეგი თამაში 10 წუთზეა.
უჩის. გაშული ხარ მიკროფონი. როი ფეხბურთით.
გაყოლე.
კარგია ტური არის. შეგვიძლია რა წყნარად. ცოტა მარტივი წესა.
მოდი ნაბიჯი მივყვეთ რა, ჯერ გოლი გავიტანოთ, მე ქულა მოვიპოვო და მე გავიმარჯვოთ რასი.
კარგი ხარ.
დაცვაში ჩემი აზრით პრობლემები ესე დიდად არ შექმნია იმ ერთი გოლის გარდა.
მართალი ხარ.
რო ვთქვათ რომ ეს 100%-იანი მომენტი ქონდა თქო არ ქონდა რა.
კიკოფი არა.
არა მაგის გარდა ვამბობ.
კი, არა. დაცვაში მშვენივრად ცნობს თავს რა.
დროა წინ როგორ ვიგზნობთ თავს ეს ვანახოთ ყველა.
კარგად იცავს Rafa Monteiro. რაც დასაფასებელია. თან 33 წუთზე რო 1-0.
თან გამორჩეული პლეიერი, ხო შორს 123 არის სოფლიო რეიტინგში, ანუ ეს არ არის ვიღაც ასე ვთქვათ.
მაგრამ
გარდა იმისა, რომ 123-ია, ფაქტია, რომ ქვეყნის ჩემპიონი გახდა.
ბაჭო. წინ საპონელი გვაქვს თამაში რა. ტურე საკუთხედზე გადის. რუიფი. ამირესი ისევ. ფრთხილად არის აქ. უკან წავა. სიალა. რეალებს. აია.
რა შეეხება ხეოზე გითხრეს. რა შეეხება გადიდებას, ჩვენ საერთოდ არ გვინდა გამოჩენა, ჩვენი სურვილი არ არის გამოჩენა, უბრალოდ რომ გავადიდოთ, თქვენთვის არაფერი არ შეიძლება პირიქით.
ბაჭო.
ცუდი ხარისხით მოდი ძალიან.
კარგი ხარ. მომენტი გვჭირდება რა და რა.
მომენტი რომელიც პირველ ტაიმის ბოლოს უნდა იყოს
კი და იმედია
ბოლოს. როგორც თვითონ მოგვესალმა, ისე ჩვენ გასახდელში უნდა გავატანოთ ცივი შხაპისთვის.
კი.
უიფი.
ვითომ
რობერტო ბაჯო 1-იც.
ბრავო ბერო. ბრავო.
ვაიმე სადა
კუთხური ძალიან დიდი შანსია. ნახოთ, ერთი პასი ეხა. კარგი ხარ. უიფი.
იგზენი რა თამაშთავარი რომ იგზნო.
ჩვენც ჩუნდებდით ჩატი, იმიტომ რომ ნერვიულობთ და
ფიქო ფილმს იღებ თუ სტორის.
აჰ, გოლიფი დასაცავია.
შეტევაა.
კი. და
ბოლო შეტევა გვინდა რა. ხარშავს.
ინახავ შემიოდი გოლს.
კი, გამოცდილია და
თუ ეყავს თქო გეუნები აი თუ.
არ მithქვია მე რა თქო. ყავს. კარგია ბოლო შეტევა.
აბა იქნებ ჩვენ შეუტიოთ.
გააქციე. კარგი ხარ.
ფლანგზე პირესი მაინც ჩვენი ერთი წუთი მაინც ხო დაემატება ხელო.
კი. აბარა.
ბარძაგლი, ჰინკაპიე. ბარძაგლიანი.
ავაკ წინ პასი გვჭირდება და როგორ კარგად გოპრესინგებს რა.
გადაუტანეთ. აბა ანრი რა სიზავ? ანა. პირველი ტაიმი 1-0. სამწუხაროდ დავთმეთ.
ფიქრობ თანაბარი თამაშია და არ ვიმსახურებთ ამ.
იცი რა ერთი შანსი ჩვენს ჰქონდა და მონტეიროს რა შანსი ჰქონდა გარდა კიკოფისა რო გავიხსენოთ
პირველ წუთზე რა.
პირველი გოლი და შემდეგ ალბათ ბლოკზე დარტყმა მეტი არაფერი და
ალბათ
რა თქმა უნდა არანაირი დისრესპექტი მონტეიროს მიმართ უბრალოდ რეალობა ესეთია რომ ჯერჯერობით სხვა არაფერი არ ყოფილა
და სტატისტიკასაც რო გადავხედავთ 59% ბურთის ფლობა ჩვენ გვაქვს დარტყმებში გვჯობნის მაგრამ სხვა რა გასატანი გვაქვს გოლი რა
აი ესა ჩვენ შემადგენლობა მოლინო ლუსიო ბარძაგლი ინკაპიე რამირესი ტურე პირესი ბაჯო ანრი კრუიფი და კარში ჯანუ იჯი ბუფონი
საინტერესოა
ბარძალი არის
სალამი ჩათ სალამი ნაშვებით როგორ ხართ აბა გადავაზიაროთ ლაივი ყველაზე მთავარი და ისეთი თამაშები გელოდებათ რომ ესეთი თამაშები კაი ხანია არ ყოფილა რა ეხლა რაც ვნახე კიკოფია კატანილი ჩვენ მეტოქეს და ყველა გულშემატკივრად ბეროს რა და საქართველოს იდეაში რა იმიტომ რომ დიდი ამბავი უნდა დაიწეროს დღეს რა სიტყვი ჩემოა და აუქრო სიტყვებია აი იწყება მეორე ტაიმი და აბა წამოტები მე შემოგიერთებით ხევარო თავს
დაქსო
ბარძალი არა ბრაზილიაო და
ჩვენი ერი ძმაო დავითიც კრუიფი კარგია
ლუსიო რამირესი
დუემ კრუიფი ოჰო გარბის ტურე კარგი
არა ჩვენია
შუა მოწყვეტილია დაველოდეთ ამ კუთხეებს არა
კრუიფი
რა
ერთი გაყოლია
დაცვაში რაღაც ორივე უმაღლეს დონესთან გვთავაზობს რა ამის მერე ვინც არის ის ვეთამაშებით Leeds Tekkzis ყოველთვის ერთ-ერთი ცნობილი და საყვარელი პლეიერია ირესი ბურთით ოჰო მუსიალა კარგად ბრავო Bero დაცვაში
მარცხენა ფლანგზე ინკაპიე ლუსიო ანრი იაიატურე კარგი შეტევა შეიძლება გამოვაცხოთ ცოტა ხო არ დაგვიანდა პასი
ანა ძალიან კარგად იცავს თო
კი აი შემოსასვლელ პასს მესამეზე სულ ჭრის მომენტი არ მქონია რომ არ ჩაეჭრა ჯაჟრავი
თითქოს წინ არის რა ერთი ნაბიჯით რა აი მომენტი არა ის გასაგანია
აგვიღო? აუღია.
აიღო, პროსტა ეს კუთხური გთხოვ.
აუ ეს უნდა გაგვეტანა.
ეს იყო 100%-იანი მომენტი.
კი და უკვე ორი მომენტი გქონდა ერთი ერთზე მეკარესთან და ერთი მაინც უნდა გამოგვეყენებინა.
Bero რო ესეთ მომენტს
ჩათის დაგვეთანხმება ალბათ. რა თქმა უნდა ერთია გამოცდილება და მეორეა ის რომ პირველად ვართ იქ, მაგრამ რავი, თამაში მაინც თამაშია, მნიშვნელობა არ აქვს, მაინც ვისაც თამაშები, გასატანი უნდა გაიტანო რა.
და უკვე ჯობი ვართ რა, მოდი ამ 60 წუთია, უკვე ჯობი ვართ რა. და გოლი გვჭირდება, ეხლა უნდა
შუაში ერთიც.
სხვა რაღაცას აკეთებდა.
ის არ უნდა ჩემიაზე.
სხვა რაღაცას აკეთებდა, კი.
არა, ეს გავიტან ჩემია.
სადაც ერთი იქაც ორი მანაჯერი ერთი მოვიდა.
Rafa იღებს პაუზას.
იქნება მომენტი აი.
ვნახოთ რა.
გაასწრებთ ვერა.
აიკონი დუემ.
რომ არა ის კიკოფი მინიცის როგორ წარიმართებოდა თამაში.
აჰი, არ გიხარ.
ბრავო!
არ გიხარ. წაიყვანიანრი რა. არა, კარგად.
ერთი.
აი მე, აი
Bravo Bero, აი მე ეს უკვე ცოტა ჩვენს უნდა გაგვიმართლოს.
და?
მეორე
რამდენი მომენტია?
ბურთი უნდა წავართვათ, იმიტომ რომ რაღაც სუდი შეტევა მოდის.
მანდარი რა.
სამჯერ წავართვით და მაინც იმას დარჩა ბურთი. უკრინდან აკონტროლებს კემბელი, რამირესი. კარგად დაიჭირა ძალიან. ისევ პირესი.
ფადინესი არა კაი.
აბა არ გადაუშვა ბარემ.
Bravo, დაილოდე. არა უშვა.
არა უშვა.
ჩვენც გამოვიყენებთ ამ პაუზას წესით, ნახოთ რა შევცვლით. აბა.
Bero თეთრი არის.
კი. ლამინია მალი ზამენაზე, სკამზე, მუსიალა. ვის შემოვიყვათ აბა? სალგადო გიული. მუსიალა ვითო Monteiro ძივითად შყავს საერთოდ. ნაშვებაც ის თუ არა ვერ გადაწყვიტა.
დავაიქ, ძალიან ცოტა ლაიქებზე ვარ და 180 წლი ვარ იგიაში და 100 ლაიქზე ავიყვანოთ რა, იმიტომ რომ მეორე მესამე თამაში გოლდება წინა. საჭიროა ლაიქები. რომელი წუთი გვაქვს?
62 იყო.
არა, 66 იქნება.
Box to box აქ ორივე CM-ს შეტევაზე გადავდივართ. 65-ია კი მართალი ხარა და არაფერი ცვლილება არ გაგვიკეთებია, ისეთი ორივე ცენტრალურ ნახევარმცველს მივეცით box to box-ი და საჯარიმოში ნახოთ რას ვიზავთ ახლა. მუსიალა ბურთით გამპასი იკითხებოდა. კარგია, ტურე.
ახლა არ გაგვივიდეს.
არა, Bero. რა კაი პასი. მაგრამ მე კარგი.
Bravo.
კლარად. პირესი ბურთით. რაღაც მენელება პირესი რა. იღებს პაუზას ალბათ Bero მატჩი ატყო შეიძლება იამალი შემოიყვანოს. ნახოთ თუ გამოვიცნობთ ცვლილებას. უიფი ბურთით კაი არ არის თამაშკარე.
შუაში.
აი პასი იყოს. კაი ოფსაიდ ტრეპი იყო. უკნიდან არა.
აი მეორე ტაიმის მეორე ნახევრიდან ცოტა გადაგზავა.
კარგ დაცვას თამაშობს რა ძალიან რა. დაილოდე პირეს კარგი.
რატო არ გავაყო?
ჯარა ბაჯო იყო რა. აი ეს არის, აი ეს მომენტი.
ერთიც.
ერთი?
არა.
ნახეთ არ ცulis რა. უკანა კაცით ეთამაშება და ისიც არ მიყავს.
დეფენდერია, ანუ
დეფენდს არ თამაშობს, მაგრამ
არა რა, ბურადები.
ცოტა გაგვექცა.
კი, მეტობა.
მაგრამ ისიც ნერვიულობს, არ აკეთებს წინ პასს, ძალიან ფრთხილობს.
იმისთვის ეს სამი ქუა ძალიან მნიშვნელოვანი, როგორც ჩვენთვის, მაგრამ
ნებისმიერი პლეიერისთვის პირველ
მოდი ისიც ვახსენოთ, რომ საშინელი ბადე გვაქვს. Vejrgangi, Tekkz, ტუგა. ისიც არ არისო, ცუდი ბავშვიო, Maxkoelemaij.
კი ჰოლანდიელი ხო? კი, ძალიან კარგია როგორც ვიცი.
აქ ყავდა თბილისის თასის სინჯებზე, მაგრამ ბელგიელმა მოუგო ნიკოლასო ჩვენ. შუაში.
ერთი პასი წინ რა.
პირესი ბურთით. აქ პაუზა გვინდა და არ გადავიდა ბურთი რომ შევცვალოთ. აი ეს სამკუთხედი გვინდა ერთი რა.
აბა!
აფსაიდია არა უშავს პაუზა. ფიქრობ მაგას არ აძლევდა სხვა გაიყვანან და ანრი წინ და ნახოთ აბა ვის შემოიყვანს. არა, უკან გადაიყვანა ანრიც. პირესი გაიყვანა იამალი. გამოვიცანი ცვლილება. კრუიში სორლოთით. რამირესი პარგზის უნგის და კიდე უსიალა ბაჯოს მაგიროთ. გავაზლიერეთ შეტევა. ნახოთ აბა ვინგერებს რაც მისცევთ inside forward-ი. ექსტრემზე 15-ზე ავწიეთ დეფი. ნახოთ წინ ვართ. გოლი გჭირდება. 15
გოლი გჭირდება, თან ძალიან გჭირდება ეგ გოლი.
დრო არის. ერთი გოლის გასატანებსაც და საერთოდ თამაშის მოსაგებადაც.
ფლანგზე გადააგდეს და დავუდგა.
არა, ჩვეულებრივ ცენტრიდან დაიწყო უბრალოდ კაცი. იმენახა. მოულოდნელობის ეფექტი იყო ჩემი აზრით და თან პირველი თამაში.
ეს კომენტარში რომ ალბომით რა უნდა ქნასო და მეგობრებო, ისიც გეტყვით რომ არის ბიუჯეტი სპეციალური
15 მილიონი ზუსტად.
მილიონი კი და 15 მილიონის ფარგლებში ყველა მოთამაშე არჩევს ქართს რა.
მეგობრებო,
არავისზე ნაკლებები არ ვარ არა.
იმიტოა ცუდი ხარისხი რომ თვითონ მანჩესტერიდან გვიგზავნიან ამ ხარისხს, ანუ ჩვენიდან თბილისიდან არის სტრიმება რა და ამიტომ
სიგნალი მოდის მანჩესტერიდან და ფიზიკურად მეტი ხარისხი ვარ.
საერთოდ სტრიმი შეიძლება არ ყოფილიყო და ისევ ჯობია რომ ესე იყოს და ყველა კი. ნახოთ.
რაღაც მომენტებში არ რჩება ბურთი რა, ჩვენსკენ ხო შეიძლება იყოს ის.
ნახოთ. ქონდა მომენტები.
ხა გვირდა რჩებოდა სამკაცში მიიღო.
ზოგადად გეუბნები.
ზოგადად გითხრა.
შუაში გაგვექცა. კარგი ხარ ბერო. ბრავო.
ამოიტანე.
ყნარად. აი.
ძალიან ვუფრთხით თითქოს რა.
და ჩემპიონთა ლიგა და
მე რა
პირველად გავდივარ, პირველად ვარ სადაც ვარ და ხილე ცოტა თავხედობა არ გვაწყენდა, მაგრამ
მაგას გეუნები, სხვას კი არა, იმას კი არ გეუნები, რა ქვია.
მაგიტო გეუნები ხომ ის. ნახოთ, იქნება, ყველაფერი იქნება, გვიჭირა ყველას ბეროსი რა.
აი მიდი.
მომენტია ჩემი აზრით.
კაცი ემოციალა, არ მიცე.
აი ამას ვამბობ.
ერთი უნდა.
ერთი გაძრენა გვინდა ეხა, აი ამ სივრცეში თუ გაძრება წინ ძალიან კაი
შევიყვანეთ. წავიყვანეთ.
ერთიც.
დაგჭა.
აუ გატო.
რა ის რატო მოხდა?
ერორზე დაეჭირა.
ვითომ?
კი.
აი პრესინგზე ამოდის ეხა უკვე და აუ არ გამოვიდა.
კაია ჩვენი აქ. მოსიალო. რამირესი, არ შეგვიტევს ესეც ნელ-ნელა კრაის ეხა უკან წავა.
ფლანგზე.
საკმაოდ კარგი მოთამაშე.
ახეთ.
აქ ჩემი აზრით ცუდი არავინ არ იქნება.
რა თქმა უნდა ჩემი.
აჰა, აი ეს არის.
დუე.
კლასის ხარჯზე ალბათ ჯერჯერობით ეს.
ალბათ ას ფიქრობდა რა ჩემი აზრით აქ და ბოლროლი ფინესის შორში.
ეს უკვე პრესინგზე ვიყავით გადასული და დაცვაში გქონდა სივრცეები რა, ამიტომ გაგვივიდა ეს გოლი, მაგრამ რაც არ უნდა იყოს აიც არ იმსახურებდა ჩემი აზრით.
ჩემი აზრით გოლი ყველა ვარიანტში.
გოლი უნდა გაგვეტანა და პრესი იმსახურებდა.
ორი ისეთი მომენტი გქონდა.
კიკომა წაიყვანა თამაში, მეც ეგრე მგონია რა.
ორი ისეთი მომენტი გქონდა, არ ვიცი. ალბათ ბერო 10-დან 10-ს გაიტანდა. მაგრამ არ ვიცი. პირველი თამაში როა მოდი მაგას დავაბრალოთ რა.
ხო, ალბათ სხვას ვერაფერს დავაბრალებთ მაგისგან რა.
ცოტა ხანში ჩაგვერთვებიან თემო და ფაქო იქიდან და შეკითხვები შეგიძლიათ გამოუშვათ, მოგწეროთ კომენტარებში და ჩვენც დავუსვავთ თუ რამე გაინტერესებთ რა ხდება იქ. ან რა ვიცი რა, რაც გაინტერესებს და ჩაგვერთვებიან მანჩესტერში.
როგორი ამინდია.
მანჩესტერში წვიმს თუ მეგობრებო, კიდე ერთხელ გეუბნებით, რომ ხარისხი იმიტომ არის ცუდი, რომ მოდის სიგნალი პირდაპირ მანჩესტერიდან.
ბრიტანეთიდან პირდაპირ
და ჩვენ არ ვსტრიმავთ. ვინც იცით ჩვენი სტრიმები, ჩვენი ხარისხიც იცით როგორი მაღალია. ამიტომ არ გვინდა მაგაზე.
აბა ერთი გოლი რა ხასიათისთვის რა, ძალიან მნიშვნელოვანი იქნება გოლით წასვლა. გოლით წასვლა და აბა რა ერთი თორი.
ერთი შეტევა იქნება.
ნახეთ როგორ მოძრაობა დაიწყო რომ რაღაც მოიხსნა წნეხი თითქოს და
ძალიან მნიშვნელოვანია ეს გოლი რა. პირველი ქართული გოლი ჩემპიონთა ლიგაზე.
დავით ბერია.
ტიერი ანრი. ბრავო. იქნება 1-3 წუთი დაამატოს.
ორი ჩემპიონატის და
არა, 2 წუთს დაავატებს ისეთი დრო რომ ერთ შეტევას მოასწრებს.
თავარია ხა წავართვათ.
აი ის შეინახავს ძალიან და.
კი, გამოცდილი პლეიერია.
აუ, არ იყო ეს თამაში წასაგები არა და აი გადაახვიე და
მომენტები, ხო? არა, მეც მაგას რსეყორდა. ალბათ ყველა ვინც გვიყურებს. ხედავთ როგორ მაღალ ლეველზეა ჩემპიონთა ლიგა გოლის ყველანაირი გამეორება და არ ვიცი. ერთი წუთი და არ გაათამაშებს.
და ნახევარი წუთი გავიდა ამაში.
არ გაათამაშებს.
გოლის აღნიშნოთ რო ხო გადიხმენ.
No doubt მე თამაში.
აი არა უშავს 2-0-დან იმითიც ყოფილი ვარ რომ გოლი ვიგზენით. არ მოიჭა.
ვა საინტერესოა. ბურთი ხო იმან გადააგდო. დაავდი მისი რატო იყო?
არა, მეკარეს მოხლა. არა უშავს მეგობრებო, 2-1 ესეთი გამოვიდა ჩვენი დებიუტი ლუქსემბურგის დუდელანჟთან დავმარცხდით 2-1. აღსანიშნავი ფაქტია რომ ეს თამაში წასაგები არ გქონდა. სტატისტიკაში რო შეხედოთ 1-11 დარტყმა გვაქვს მხოლოდ.
დანარჩენი ან თანაბარი ფრეი
ხო
ხო
მოდი. თუ შევადარებთ 100%-იან მომენტებს, ერთი გოლი გავიტანა და ორი მომენტი ჰქონდა და იმან ორი გოლი გაიტანა და ზევიდან ერთი მომენტი ჰქონდა. შესაბამისად, წესი და რიგით უფრო ლოგიკური შედეგი იქნებოდა, მაგრამ იცი რა, თამაშებთან ერთად მოდის გამოცდილება და გამოცდილებასთან ერთად მოდის შედეგი. შესაბამისად, დაველოდოთ შემდეგ თამაშს, რომელიც იქნება 10-10 წუთზე ტექსის წინააღმდეგ.
Leeds დაუსპირისპირდება იბერია.
ეხლა უნდა გავიდეთ თუ
ჯანგო.
მეგობრებო, შემდეგი თამაში იქნება 10-10 წუთზე Leeds-ის წინააღმდეგ. Tekkz-ი ბევრს გეცოდინებათ, ვინც FC-ის მოყვარულები ხართ. შესაბამისად, სტრიმი იქნება ჩართული, მაგრამ თამაში დაიწყება 10-10 წუთზე. ჩვენ 10-10 წუთამდე დაგემშვიდობებით. იქამდე თუ ჩაგვერთვებიან თემო და ფაქო ჩავთავთ. გვექნება Q&A-ის რეჟიმი, ანუ კითხვა-პასუხის. წარმატებებს გისურვებთ და დაგვიბრუნდით, იმიტომ რომ ჩვენს დაგიბრუნდებით.
დროებით და შევხვდებით.
their first 3 points of the eChampions League phase.
He has to score Legs.
Rashford. And they're back to the icon of Schweinsteiger as there is a bit of an overload coming, but he does a good job there to pull away 1 or 2 players of Anders Vejrgang's midfield and right side of the back line. Right back inside, that's brilliant football.
No what?
Magnifique from the French pro that's been playing his EAFC this season in Portugal.
The way he triggered runs, the way he dealt with the team press as well, just there. You know that with that touch with Ramirez, it's not turning at all, just literally just taking the ball, waiting for the running and playing it back. It's so difficult to defend, especially when obviously you're not aware it's going to happen. But Anders isn't happy with that. There's still time to see if he can come back from it, but Lex has looked unbelievable.
Not only that, Ryan, but for the last 10 or so minutes, it was end-to-end FC. And when Anders is playing end-to-end, he's comfortable because the volume of chances he can get is higher. So Lex was so smart, and Lex or his coach, Baratelli, because he knew the end-to-end FC wasn't the answer to beating Anders. He knew the answer was try to get slow build-up and score the goal. Great FC.
Jumping over to this one, Karim is back. Looks like he's about to get goal number 7. Dink chip over the goalkeeper.
You have to say it, what a season he's having. He came so close, Gravison, 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times, to losing the qualification game to qualify for the World Championships. Forget eChampions League. He's at the World Championships. He's representing Morocco loud and proud. And what a start he is having to his eChampions League. 7-1 up with 5 minutes left.
And not only the result and the 3 points and the goal difference, he's playing against Musti. A great player. And
he's a goal scorer as well, and he's not stopped him. Well, he has stopped him, sorry, from creating chances and scoring goals. One goal, which is very, very impressive for Karim.
We know there's a bit of a delay starting that game as well, which could often offset a player, but that's not the case at all there from Karim is back. We have got, of course, the closing stages of both this game and Anders Vejrgang's matches. Anders about to lose his first game here in Manchester. I mean, we spoke about how good he is as a pro player, one of the first, if the first, to break $1 million in prize money. He was missing a league title. He picked it up this year in the Serie A, but he's never won this one. He's never won an eChampions League. I'll tell you who could be on his way to win an eChampions League is that man. 8-1.
I was looking at his selection as well. He's put a lot of budget in his defence. Obviously, Lilian Thuram's around 3 million coins or so when the draft was locked in. He's got Baggio and Totti leading the line, and they're scoring goals for fun for him. 8-1.
The goal difference is massive.
Yep, huge.
+7 in the first match.
We saw it last year. How important is goal difference going to play a part here?
It's an extra point. Genuinely, it works that way. It's very similar to the exact same format to the real-life football scenario there, but it plays the same and has the same impact where if you're relying on goal difference, you're delighted with that. Wins the ball. Hold on a minute. 4 minutes added on, Gravison.
Schweinsteiger. Don't count him out just yet. 4 big minutes here. We've got to see the reaction, by the way, from Anders after this game. He will not be happy at all. The levels he sets himself, he could be on his way to be 7-5 down. Rashford! It will be Lex. And Benfica, that will kick off their eChampions League with 3 points.
Ryan broke it down perfectly. It was all about the left stick dribbling. And I feel like that's one of the attributes that you gotta have when you're playing against Anders, because he's gonna be so aggressive with the tackles. Your left stick dribbling has to be on point.
Yep, and not only that, when you get opportunities, Brandon, you have to make them count. Against Anders, you need to make sure, because I was going to ask you before, it was around the 80th minute, how would Lex be feeling? He's given away a couple goal leads, twice, I believe, in the game. For him to obviously ride out that pressure, ride that wave of attacks from Anders Vejrgang, yeah, it's an incredible result for Lex.
Added time of 4 minutes. We've played the 4 minutes, Lex. What a start to your eChampions League phase. 3 points on the boards. And that man will not be happy. Full time there. Hats on and he's off. And a full time as well, Karim. 9-1 win against Musti. What a start he has got. As it stands, he has the best goal difference in the league phase, and Monaco are top. But we don't stop there, because we have our second part of round one. Nixneb against PHN will be our featured matchup. Don't go anywhere. It's up next.
103 on BT.
No clue, to be fair.
Oh, that's tough. Looking at the buildings around, I think it's in Spain.
Closer look and I see any hints.
It's in England?
Italy? No, I don't know.
Maybe Red Star, Belgrado, Villarreal.
Is it Las Palmas? Cadiz. Turin? I think I'm really bad at it. Well, let me check. Oh, it's tough too.
Oh, this is a hard one.
Ajax? This looks like I should know.
Athletic Bilbao?
I think it's a German
30
stadium.
on BT, the out of the Galatasaray Stadium.
Leverkusen.
Crossroad
This
into
is Bayer Leverkusen.
blue.
Oh, this one's really tough. I don't know.
20 on BT.
Random guess, let me think.
I don't know, to be fair. Maybe this
15.
is France.
Counting to Crossroad.
Maybe because of the colors of the seats, I would say AS Roma.
7,
Lyon.
He rises to that.
Manchester
Five.
City.
Galatasaray, I see red.
3, 2, 1, 0. 3:10 on BT. 3 minutes on break.
PlayStation.
2:30 on BT.
This is Chris. He plays EAFC on PlayStation
2
tournaments,
minutes on BT,
winning
2
FC
minutes on
points,
Edge.
cash prizes, and even a few exclusive experiences easily. But how? On his PS5, Chris launched EAFC, found PlayStation tournaments, and registered. It's that easy. New tournaments daily. Win avatars, FC points, and more. Compete, win, and claim your prizes today on PlayStation tournaments.
PlayStation.
A minute 30 on BT, 1:30 on Edge.
Stage is set. What's
This is what he does!
You alright?
Qatar Airways, official airline partner of the UEFA Champions League.
1 minute on break, 1 minute. Go ahead. Sorry, 3 minutes. Sorry, go ahead. Say again. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, outwards. We've got 10 on BT, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome back to the eChampions League, and after a crazy first round right there, some ridiculous results there, Thomas, indeed.
I mean, it's thrown up some surprises already with Anders losing. There's been some big score lines as well. One of the biggest ones was actually Tekkz. Tekkz won his game 8-7 against Cristobal. A mad game and a massive start for him, given that he's lost the last couple of years in the first game.
Absolutely, of course, had a very good performance at the E-Premier League, losing out in the final. And a player we want to pick out from Tekkz's team, who was just absolutely unbelievable for him today, is a man named Dudelange. Now, Tom, tell me a bit more about him, because it's a big part of the budget.
Yeah, Tekkz always throws up some interesting teams, and a third of his budget has gone on Dudelange, and only 6 players have done that. Some of them, Tekkz, Anders and Nixneb, all liking him, mainly because of how good he is and his attacking play styles. And being honest, Shuri, if you had to build the perfect winger, it's probably him.
Yeah, and we can just see a couple of stats over here, guys, for Dudelange. One thing you would definitely point out straight away with Dudelange is the 98 dribbling. Tom,
Yeah.
I mean, tell me a bit about that.
I mean, you look at the actual 99 dribbling, but the 96 balance, the 97 agility, that is what you need. In these tight moments, a lot of people are playing team press, so it's going man-to-man. You need players that can dribble well, get yourself out of them tight spaces, and that's exactly what he can do. As we can see with his play styles as well. Now, 2 play styles I absolutely love. Plus, technical and finesse plus, you really feel that. If I wanted to, if I was building a perfect winger, I wouldn't want tiki-taka plus, but you can't have everything, because the silver play styles are just as good.
Yeah, you certainly can't have everything in this life, but I tell you what, Dudelange, an absolutely fantastic player for Tekkz, and yeah, we can actually hear from the man very, very soon as well. But I believe, got any goals to show, any highlights first of all?
Don't worry, Shuri, we've got some highlights here. We've got some highlights. Before we get an interview with him, we are here and we're looking at some of his goals. Now, you can see he's actually going to be using Dudelange on the triggered run, gets him out wide. And the ball roll, look, the close dribbling, what we're talking about, activating that technical plus around the box, can't get near him. You cannot stop that into a perfect low driven. It's perfect. It's exactly why Dudelange's in the team. We know Tekkz has always used his wingers, always, right mid and left midfield, particularly his right midfield. Is perfect in that situation, gets in the goal. I'd expect a lot more from Dudelange today.
Yeah, well, nice to see the goal there. And now we can hear from Tekkz with Ryan.
Yeah, thank you, Thomas Shuri. It was a bit early there, Shuri, with the send, but I'm joined by the man of the moment, Tekkz. Of course, that game against Cristobal, 8-7, was an end-to-end game. Talk to me how you're feeling now.
And I feel good, obviously. My first game in the ECL last 2 years. I think last year I lost like 7-3, and the year before I lost like 6-1. So I just wanted to come and win my first game. So it's a huge win against a good player.
Speaking of years gone by, obviously you had that dramatic game against Bradley last year. Does that play a factor in your mentality in late on in games? Because obviously you've been in these situations where it hasn't gone in your favour. We all know how good you are. You can get across the line. Do you feel that way this year as well?
Yeah, not that game specifically, because I think last year I was beating Emery 4-2 in the 85th minute and I drew the game. Also, same with Bradley. So obviously I always feel like I'm on the end of like last minute goals and I want it to stop. So every time I have the lead late on, you're thinking about it. But a win is a big step.
Your next game is against Bero, where I'd say on paper you are the favourite, and of course other games are going on at the same time. How much does that impact your mentality? Because obviously you've got the likes of P8 you've got Anders, Nicholas, etc., to name a few. Do you pay attention to them at all, or is it mainly just focus on yourself?
Depends where we're at in the tournament. I remember last year when I lost to Bradley, I'm looking left and right, like seeing the results. But I think early on, it's good not to have a look, and obviously I got 3 points out of 3. If I win my next game, that's 6 out of 6, and you're looking nice and dandy.
Yeah, well, congratulations for that massive 3 points in that opening round. Let's head on over back to the hostess.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan. We have plenty of viewership rewards for you over this weekend. If you watch 15 minutes of the league phase, you'll receive an 85 plus times 2. And 60 minutes, you'll get an 86 plus times 2 player pack. You can watch the action across both Twitch and YouTube at EA Sports FC Pro. It was great to hear from Tekkz there. What a performance. Casey, I remember it last year. We were actually stood in this exact position, watching the league phase unwind in that amazing last round of fixtures. It matters, goal difference. It really does, and that's how Tekkz missed out last year.
Exactly that. He was up against Bradley. Every single goal mattered. Bradley didn't even need to win, but he did, and he knocked Tekkz out of the competition. So every single goal is going to matter, especially if we're looking at some of those goal differences that we saw in the first round there. I mean, Alihan had 10.
Yeah, 10 for Alihan. It's insane. I mean, speaking of goals, Brandon, 84 goals in our first 9 games here at the eChampions League. Firstly, what an advert that is for this format and this game as a whole, but also, what does it say about the attacking prowess of our players?
It says it expects, a lot more goals in my opinion. I think 84 is probably not the most we're going to see in a single round FG. I reckon we'll be getting over 100, hopefully at one point. As we said, 6 rounds of action, but some of our favourite games of the round. Nicholas coming through. He was behind. He was 3-3. Then he won that game 4 goals to 3. Nasada, everyone's been talking about him. He's a goal scoring machine. He plays 4-4-2. Doesn't really care about clean sheets, but he wins games and he scores goals. He's in the top 8 as it currently stands. And as you said, Case, 10 goals from Allianz Line. Top 8 finalist last year, FG, and kicking on like he needs to go on here in Manchester.
Yeah, and I mean, it sounds criminal. We haven't mentioned one of the shocks of the round, Casey. Shocks if you're involved in the esports, but speaking to Oberon and speaking to other people, Lex has been huge value for money in the lead up to this tournament. He's just started his eChampions League 2026 with a win over Anders Vejrgang.
Yeah, obviously he won over in Portugal, so he's taking that momentum over here into the eChampions League. But like we said, there's a lot of games to be played, and so I'm sure Anders will come back swinging, absolutely.
Yeah, we've got a few good matches coming up. You can see them behind us as well. Nick's never against PHZ. We're going to be back here watching. Who are you most looking forward to in this round of fixtures? Because Levi David's in action as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at that top match, I think. Nixneb versus PHZ. I was just in Brazil. I got to see PHZ in the final. Nixneb obviously making it to the final as well in the E-Premier League. So I think that one's going to be a banger of a match.
We've got the likes of Tuga in action as well. Let's not wait any longer, shall we? They're all out for the chance to win that trophy in 9 days in Budapest. It's time for our second round of fixtures, and it's time to head over to Richard, Oberon and Shorey.
Yes, it certainly is. Thank you very much, FG. Champions League glory awaits, but half the competition haven't even kicked off yet. We're about to wrap that up very shortly myself, alongside multiple-time Champions League and FC Pro World Championship finalist Oberon and Shorey in the commentary booth.
Cheers, introduction.
I can't wait to get these games underway. I mean, we've seen shocks already. We've seen big performances as well. We've got another 2 real entertaining players coming up in our featured game. PHZ against Nixneb. I'll come to you first to talk about Nixneb. Shorey, what can we expect?
Yeah, of course, just had an absolutely amazing run at the E-Premier League, just missing out on the trophy there. We know Nixneb, he's a man over the years who's just got so much attacking talent, and you can certainly expect goals in this game.
And on the other side of it, a player in the league that you competed with, Oberon, in PHZ, coming over from South America. He's competed in the FC Pro La Liga, finished in the top 4. Could the E-Champions League be next for him?
I think he's one of the best players in the way he plays, like so aggressive, so direct. I think they are both really aggressive. Like in the second match that we have, Dudelange against Maxkoelemaij, they are both controlled. I think it's quite different games.
Well, here we go. We are underway, kickstarting Nixneb and PHZ's E-Champions League. We've got plenty more games as well to bring you throughout this round of fixtures. As Oberon mentioned, Dudelange, Maxkoelemaij, and we'll be paying attention to Samu Gamer, an RVP legend, which is actually a rematch of last year's knockout phase, the qualifying game where Samu Gamer beat RVP legend 5 goals to 2. They're kickstarting that rivalry again in round number 1 at the ECL 2026. It will be from left to right in that Leeds United strip. Nixneb, as Musiala opens up the scoring, 1 goal to 0 to the Leeds United faithful.
Yeah, lovely bit of work from Nixneb there, just triggering all the runs from the start of the game here in PHZ. Oberon just doesn't seem like he knows who to mark here.
Yeah, sometimes it's difficult when you don't have the time to put the team press up. So the defenders were they were not close to the striker. Was too difficult to defend.
Speaking of Dudelange and Maxkoelemaij, this game here already 8 minutes in, no goals yet to bring you.
Yeah, and I've been hearing a lot about Dudelange.
Unbelievable player.
Going into this tournament. Quite the player, Mr. Buckley.
You saw him as well, Oberon, not only in the FC Pro La Liga Cup, but also the finals. Runner-up on 2 different occasions against the Iceman Nicholas. And just as I'm talking about him, bigging him up, he's 1-0 down.
Yeah, I was talking about how he handles the technical dribble. I think he's one of the best using that. But of course, I think also in defense, he's really good defending manually. He was just a little bit unlucky in that situation.
There is Max going 1-0 up. When we get the chance, we get a little bit of a, I'm not going to say downtime, but chance to talk about the teams as well. A couple of interesting picks coming in particular, for PHZ and RVP. Thierry Henry up top, 96. Thierry Henry. A lot of coins. I don't know if I'd like to go there. Just I'm talking about Thierry Henry. Look at that smile.
It's the commentator's curse.
It's a good bit of work. I think one thing with Thierry Henry, I believe he is potentially missing incisive pass, which I think is one thing just derailing some people from using. But when you've got him out on the wing in situations like this, you don't need the incisive as much.
I think the main thing is that you want a lengthy player on your wing, and because with the incisive pass they are just too fast, and Henry scored exactly in this way.
There is Desiree Doué with the finesse, forcing the save from Gigi Buffon.
Throwing it back to 19 with a couple of long shots there.
Guarantee you, we've already seen it. Nick Stead knows the low driven. Musiala opening up the scoring with it. It's just what a scene here as well. So many games, so much quality, so many championships between all of the players here at the eChampions League. It really is the meeting of the best, as Vejrgang can't quite sneak that one over the onrushing Buffon.
But the build-up was really good because he triggered at the beginning Henry to bait and force the fullback to follow him, and then he tried to go inside with Musiala.
Good start though, Shorey, for Nick Sneb, 1-0 up, and the one thing I will say, and I'm sure he'll also talk about this as well, is here a goal coming in here from Di Fernandez, looks to be an equaliser, Bastian Schweinsteiger with it. He didn't play that well individually at the Premier League. He'll be wanting to see this stage and go, let me prove myself now.
Yeah, 100%, and coming into this with a win in the first game, obviously, like his teammate Tekkz, obviously I know it doesn't work the same in this format, they're playing for themselves here, but of course, yeah, you know, still got a lot of confidence going the fact that he made it to the final. He was still part of that team.
And also sometimes when you play in 6 minutes, you don't have the time to show everything of yourself. Maybe now is the chance.
Vejrgang looking to get back into the tie here. Ramirez on the edge of the box, but he's been pressed very intently there by Nick Sneb. Could there be an opportunity to go through the gap? Not on this occasion. As you see, all the fixtures from this round at the bottom of the screen. We'll be getting a more comprehensive review of those games from the guys at the desk very shortly indeed. As you can see, the live standings on the left as well. If you're in that bottom elimination portion by the end of tomorrow, the eChampions League will not be yours for the 2026 season. You want to be in the top 24 to have a chance at glory. Karim is back sitting top of the table alongside Alex Lyon, but we have to remind you, we have only played one round of fixtures.
Oberon, who would you say is your standout player of the tournament? We were just touching on Desiree Doué, the UCL item just there that Tekkz is using. As we see here, Vejrgang slight tackles his way with a low driven into the far corner there.
And I was telling you, this man, Cruyff, I think that the incisive plus is really good to have on your striker, especially if you do, for example, if you have a lengthy player like Henry on your wing, you want to do that play, and something also to bait your opponent to force them to pin, to get the defense pinned back. So I honestly like so much Cruyff. I'm using him all the time in La Liga also.
Robert Perez putting Fernandez back up against it as RVP legend doubles his lead. He's a player that I really think people should be watching out for. He's competed for the last 5 or 6 years really at a very good level. Could be the opportunities maybe not come his way. The eChampions League feels like that tournament for him to really showcase himself, but a real good player.
Yeah, he's one of those players who always performs, whether it's group, league phase, knockouts, whatever. It's just once he gets towards that latter stage, he just doesn't feel like he's had that sort of big break for RVP yet. But he's been very consistent over the years. As we see Sneb 1-1 against Vejrgang here.
100 goals scored already in the Champions League, and we're not even a game and a half down yet. Let's have a look at what's happening between Guy Fernandez and Maxkoelemaij. Baggio into Johan Cruyff, and he finds the top corner. That's Max 2-0 up, and we're just talking about the brilliance of RVP legend. And once again, who scores it? Johan Cruyff.
Stealing the show right now.
Certainly is. It's always RVP.
I think that RVP is a player that maybe could suffer most the defensive players, like Nicolas, like Levy, because when he has the ball, every time he's so dangerous.
Nick Sneb trying to build up here. Ramirez gliding down the wing, couple ball rolls inside.
Musiala, dangerous area, doesn't come to anything in the end. Let's see what else is happening here at the eChampions League. We've got plenty of games and plenty of goals being scored. FG and the guys at the desk, anything to report as Musiala forces us here from Buffon?
Thank you very much, Rich. Well, I mean, I'm watching a game with Grav right now, and it's 0-0, so there's no goals in that one, Grav.
No, not really. Nothing happened in that match, even though two guys trying to attack. And it's curious, because two guys using Luca Beraldo as a left back, which is something that we didn't see. And on that side of the pitch, is Sorloth as a winger. I didn't expect that, but it's happening. And still 0-0. On the other side, Marwan against Milkalov. Milka just scored the second goal, so it's 2-1. Did you see any Sorloth on the wing, something like that, right?
Not in this game, but there was potential for an upset early doors. JP Slater was 2-0 up. It's now 2-2, but I think JP's got good value for that. He's been playing really, really well. The other side of things, actually a goal's just gone in right now. Georgia went up against Hezzers. Hezzers leading 2-1. It looks as if I'm watching two of the same play styles against each other. But Georgia win probably should have scored maybe 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, what a start for JP Slater against Levy David. That was Casey. How's it going on your side?
Lots of goals so far. Honestly, Matthias Bonanno from Manchester City starting off strong. We're only 16 minutes into the game, but he has 2 goals up against Danik. On the other side, it is Sofuoglu up 3-1 versus Smalk, and he's just been dominating with Cruyff up top.
Yeah, it's been an enjoyable start to the eChampions League so far. Hopefully there's going to be a goal for you in a sec, Grav. We'll be back to you very shortly. Rich, over to you.
Oberyn, what's happening? Smalk losing? Samu Gamer losing?
Yeah.
What's happened to the Italians?
Yeah, I didn't expect that Smalk is actually losing against Sofuoglu. I didn't look a lot about Sofuoglu. I think sometimes it's difficult when you have to face someone that you don't know how he plays, but maybe he will try to come back in the second half. But right now it's 4-1.
Back in vision here with RVP legend, 3-0 up. Shori, I know we spoke about it already. Samu Gamer, he was one of the breakout performers of last year's eChampions League. This will be a tough start for him.
Yeah, always very difficult to process when you sort of arrive at a tournament and you're struggling in your first game. We see another goal here, and Max absolutely flying 4-1 up against Steve Fernandez, the man that we were, of course, gassing up. But to get back to our point about Samu Gamer, of course, he's a very young player, but he's got a bit of experience behind him now. Would you see him coming back from this potentially, Oberyn?
Yeah, I think he have the possibility. Sometimes it's just how the game starts, and then you have every time you have to come back. Of course, when you are leading by 3 goals, maybe also like the confidence is different. So now the pressure is all on Samu.
Does he need to pause the game here, Samu Gamer? Because that ball on the wide for Henry, he seems to be getting in every single time. This could be a chance back into the game, and it is. There's 3-1, but still, would you like to see a pause? 2 goals down just to bring yourself back into the game, or now you've just scored, do you just let it go?
Yeah, I think right now you don't have to pause. Maybe after the every chance, maybe, but right now he scored. He just has to continue, just has to get in the flow.
I mean, Samu strikes me, I mean, from speaking to him, the little I've spoken to him, he seems like a fantastic person. He seems like a very sort of calm mentality, or what would you say?
I think he has some ego, but it's something that you have to have when you are in this big stage.
Yes.
It's really good to have.
As Di Fernandez gets a goal back there in his game.
Yeah, plenty of goals. Let's go back into Nixneb and P8 Oberyn, you're very active in the chat. A lot of people want to know your opinion. There's a few questions that are going to come in here for you. Will we see you in next year's eChampions League?
I really hope. Like this year, I lost against Nicolas in the quarterfinals, and 2 years ago against the reigning champion Emre. So maybe next year I will not face a top player in the quarterfinal. Maybe I will be there, but playing.
Do you prefer commentating or playing?
Still playing.
Oh.
Still playing.
Shori? Commentating or playing?
Don't know if you can call me a player at this point.
Oberyn, who has been your toughest opponent you've ever faced?
I would say Nicolas, 100%. I think it's, in terms of matchup, is the one that I suffer the most. But I think we are quite similar in the way we play. So of course I can handle better like players like Emre, like I don't know, Umut, others that are more aggressive. But against controlled player like me, like Nicolas, I suffer a little bit more.
Ever played Nicolas, Shori?
Yeah, a couple of times in some rivals back in 22, 23.
How did that go?
Let's not talk about that. No, you know what? I actually did beat him once. Yeah, put that in the trophy cabinet.
Was it Wanmar who was playing for him?
Put that in the trophy cabinet. Beat Nicolas in a rivals game.
Samu Gamer trailing at 3 goals to 1. We're approaching half-time. We just saw the PHG and Nixneb game. That was 1-1 still. I think they just went into half-time. Looking over my shoulder to see the three matches that we are keeping our closest attention to, as RVP Legend will go into half-time leading 3-1. Let's have a look. Tuga and Luke, I mean, you look at this game,
edge of the seat stuff
in particular. Is this to be expected with Tuga Oberon?
Yeah, of course, it's not a surprise that he's 0-0. I mean, he's a defensive player and he wants to defend before attacking, but like, of course, on FC26, it's a little bit surprising that they are 0-0 at 15 minutes.
Yeah, this is incredibly rare
to
see.
Another game.
Back to Nixneb versus PHZ. Did just want to ask you, Oberon, as well, talking about Nicholas before. We just see this attack here for PHZ. Talking about Nicholas, do you think he's the most... Oh my gosh,
he's gave it away. He's tackled him inside the box. Nixneb just caught napping as PHZ picks his pocket and goes 2-1 up.
Just kind of felt a bit inevitable, that, didn't it?
He scored a lot of goals also like this in Libertadores. You always recover the ball higher, and of course, when you recover the ball in the last third, you have always a lot of chances to score.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to touch on to the people at home. I mean, there is still some skill to that. He still player switched very quickly to go and grab Nixneb's centre-back there. But I just wanted to touch on Nicholas as a player. Yeah, do you believe he's one of the most impressive in terms of mentality? And obviously, I know you said you've played against him and lost to him a couple of times.
I think yes, 100%. Also, the way how he always controlled the game against everyone. He always tried to control the game, and he does it. So I think, yeah, mentality also, because he always tried to come back. Last year in the Champions League, he won against Foma, 10 against 11. So, like, yeah, when you think about good mentality, you think about Nicholas.
The mentality monster, Nicholas 99 FC.
Well, I've told this story before, but I sat with him and had a drink once after a tournament, and I just sat there for 20 minutes just asking him, how do you keep your mind so calm? And it was mesmerising to listen to, honestly.
I am the Iceman.
I'm the Iceman, nice to meet you.
No, I mean, you also look at the consistency that he's done it from 2017 to 2026. It's nearly a decade of excellence from Nicholas, and there's really nobody else who can be up there with him. Maybe MS Desaria, but he's not really playing as much. Obviously, the World Championships right around the corner. Tekkz. Other than that,
yeah, but
there's nobody really.
I mean, Nicholas qualified for every World Cup.
Yeah.
Like what we are talking about.
I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, it's most players' dreams to just play in one World Championship.
Nixneb trying to force his way back into the tie here. PHZ leading 2-1 as Johan Cruyff looks for his runner in Thierry Henry. Hincapié across with that brand new third place style plus, thanks to Arsenal's excellence in the Champions League, making the final. Ramirez from right to left in one swift move. PHZ leads 3-1.
Yeah, lovely touch down there to sort of go back on himself. Nice bit of work on the edge of the box. This is what we say is so important, the recycle play in Pro FC and the finesse from Ramirez.
Did you think you were going to go on the other side?
I think I'm just surprised how he's scoring a lot of finesse shots with Ramirez that he has not even the silver play style.
Shows the confidence that if he's that close towards goal, he's going to shoot anyway, as Di Fernandez gets one more goal back there.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to shoot because you don't want to concede the counter. It's a good decision.
It's always nice seeing the first game of the day for players, a couple celebrations, you know. I feel like you don't see it in the later rounds as much sort of in the middle, but first game of the day, you saw it from Tekkz. I was speaking to him backstage, and he was saying he's lost his first game of the eChampions League 2 years in a row.
Resende qualified last year on 6 points with good goal difference. You could be halfway to qualification by winning one game. If you're getting 7 or 8 points, you're through. When you look at the table.
Yeah, Tekkz definitely had some heartbreak last year, that's for sure.
It's so important to start in the best way for your confidence, for everything, because you know that maybe with 7 points you go through. So if you win the first, you are really close to that.
Max looking to get back in front with that 2-goal cushion. It's been pegged back here from Di Fernandez. That's lovely play though from the Dutchman. 5-3. Max back in front with that little bit of extra cushion now as we enter the final third.
Yeah, and I just really want to touch for the people at home on that piece of attacking play there from Max. The
The cricketer shot, what it does to the defence, you can just see the replay right here as he comes inside with Eden Hazard. Just watch this. The way that it just changes all of the defence. I mean, Oliver, talk to me about that, because I feel like you see that at the pro level constantly.
Yeah, because the croqueta finesse is perfect, like you said, when you attack, but also because you change the angle of the shooting, and of course then you are able to have the perfect shooting with the finesse.
RVP legend 4-1 up now against Samu Gamer, re-establishing his 3-goal cushion as Vejrgang leading 3-1 here against Nixneb. There is plenty of action across the board. Lots of games, lots of goals, lots of superstars on show. Let's hear from our 4 superstars on the desk. FG, what is happening across the board?
Oh, thank you. What an intro that was, Rich. I mean, well, big news here, especially from Grav, because in your game, you've waited a while, but there has been a goal in the game with Tuga. And it's a goal scored by a player you were questioning before, Sorloth.
I thought Sorloth was a weird choice, but he got the job done because it's 1-0 to look at the moment, and it was a Sorloth goal. And you know what Tuga did? Sorloth is scoring goals. I'm subbing him in as well.
So Sorloth is against Sorloth
yes.
now. What about your other game?
It's 3-4 to Milk at the moment, but I feel like Marwan has been playing well, so I think he's going to score and he's going to draw the game just in a couple of attacks.
Ryan, there's a lot of goals in your games as well.
Yeah, there's about to be another. Oh my gosh, I don't know how Levy hasn't scored. Also down the other end, JP Sitter should have scored to make it 4-4. Levy's currently leading in that game, and Hezers is cruising in this game. He's creating a lot of chances.
Casey, how's it going?
I have 13 goals across both of my games, and so I have to keep my head on a swivel. Starting off with Bonanno versus Danik. Bonanno started off very strong, but Danik is back in this game. It is 3-2, still in favor of Bonanno. On the other side, lots of goals as well. Sofuoglu is still leading Smolk, but it is 5-3, so Smolk is still in this one. He's 68 minutes in.
Well, you better keep watching them games because there's a lot of action going on. Thank you so much. We'll be back to you very soon. Rich, back to you, mate.
I dread to think Grav celebrations if Tuga equalises in that game. Shirt will be off. 2 goals in the game from Tuga. Unbelievable stuff. We're back underway. Di Fernandez 5-3 down. He was the runner-up in the FC Pro La Liga. Was Di Fernandez. It was a very, very tight loss to Nicholas as we enter a pause here. 60% of the ball favouring Max at the pause with only 15 minutes left to play. Let's jump back into this one. Samu Gamer chasing the match. That's a lovely through ball to bring Perez into play, but he shoots right down the goalkeeper's throat. Oberyn not very happy with that one.
Yeah, it was weird, the finishing. Like, no, I think the decision was good to go for a cross goal, but like maybe the aim was not correct.
Yeah, and of course important to mention that these players using precision shooting, Oberyn, they've got to be so precise every time that they go through on goal.
Yeah, of course, especially with the cross goal. I think because maybe for the finesse sometimes it's more automatically, but with the cross goal you have to be precise.
Yes, just like this. RVP legend, precise as ever, finds the top corner. 5-2. For me, he's the star performer of this round.
If you don't score like that, then you probably will concede, and that's what RVP does it.
He had the extra pass there. He could have played it in, but he's just so much confidence. I'll just take it with growth.
I mean, finesse goal is comfortably the best play style on FC26. I think we could safely say that. I mean, would you say defensively, intercept probably the most important?
Maybe right now, yeah, intercept and bruiser. I think also bruiser is really, really good to have, especially on your fullback. But of course, when you have the ball, when you have the ball with your striker, you want the finesse shot. At least on white, like this item of Cruyff has.
Look at all those games and goals being scored. If you are watching at home and you've got your console on, you fancy maybe earning a couple of extra awards, we do have the Mystery Nation that is running with each individual day of the eChampions League. So tomorrow will be a new nation. Today, there's a Mystery Nation. I was going to give a clue, but I didn't want to be too...
I was about to say, you jumped the clue already.
I didn't want to be too over. I didn't want to jump the fence.
The whistle.
No, the whistle is wet. What are you worried about that, Shari? Vejrgang leading 3-1. Talk to me about confidence. Obviously, he's just come off the back of the Commonwealth E-Libertadores. He played in that tournament. He beat Nicholas in the quarter-final. He beat Facu Cohen in a very, very heated match. Brazil against Argentina. He lost in the final against Paolo Neto, but qualified into the FC Pro World Championships. It's the most recent tournament in reality, really, to the eChampions League. How much confidence will he be taking from that Oberon into this tournament now, as we see Di Fernandez getting one more goal back? That's 5 goals to 4. But talk to me about PhD.
Like you said, you want at the start of your season, you want to qualify for the World Championship. Once you have done it, of course you arrive here. Of course, like you want to do really a great job in the eChampions League, but the confidence is at the maximum level. He lost the final, but I think that he was happy. He was happy as well.
Well, the player who's playing against Nick Sneb back in the game. 3 goals to 2, Shorey.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Nick Sneb, do not count this man out. Let's break this down right here. Lovely couple triggered runs there. Marcus Rashford, the bull roll pass. I mean, that's kind of the Anders move right there, the bull roll pass a lot, but you'll see Nick Sneb do it a lot. It's basically all the great attackers in games seem to do that bull roll pass, and I'd advise you guys to do that at home, as we see Mac go up the other end here and regain his 2-goal advantage.
It was crazy to see so many goals, but then some matches we see a 1-0. I think we saw 2-1 in the last round as well.
I had the pleasure of watching that.
Yeah. How varying the games can be.
I think it depends a lot on how the game starts, because if they start doing a lot of goals in the beginning, maybe they will continue doing that. Like Tuga, they just starting defending really good and then continue doing like that.
Would you prefer to be in a game where it's goal, 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 or half-time 0-0, 1-0, 60th minute?
I am on the Tuga side. I prefer to just concede a few goals.
I'd like to be on the Tuga side, but I can't do it.
RVP legend to go 6-3 up and guarantee that 3 points in the bag. Finds the top corner. 6-3 with 8 minutes left to play. That will put him in a very, very strong position. Also, put a little bit of pressure, Shorey, on Samu Gamer.
Big time. I mean, look, these guys have got a lot of games in order to pick up those points to get through the league phase, but RVP has started off in fantastic fashion. And if you predicted before the game, you'd probably have said RVP would score 5 or 6 goals, to be honest.
I'm not surprised also by the pick of Puskás. He always loved to use a striker with finesse on plus. Also at Euro, he was playing with Morgan. He always loved to play with finesse plus.
This is a surprising result for me. I thought Di Fernandez
definitely
would have picked up 3 points in his opening tie against Max.
But like I said, they were both controlled players. When they are like so similar, you cannot say who is gonna win. It's difficult to pick one.
As we see the technical dribbling around the edge of the box here, just to close the game out.
There's an error. Maldini makes up for it, just offside there. We are getting a couple of full times starting to creep in from around the grounds. As this one is only moments away from Maxkoelemaij going 3 points out of 3 in Capet with that Bruiser Plus.
I think also the draft, the team is really important. You have to pick the correct team, and for example, I think the Henry choice, the Henry pick on as a lengthy player on the wing was really good for the one they choose then.
Xavi Simons,
oh,
what a goal!
Tell you what, with the 9-minute halves, there's a small chance, but it's tiny.
He wins the ball back, a little bit of technical plus dribbling, just goes through the space. Max didn't know if to come or go, and he finds the top corner, Di Fernandez, but, as you said, once these replays are finished, maybe a minute on the clock.
Yeah, but if you are able to do like some manual pass in defense, it will be not so hard to take the possession.
Samu Gamer with a late consolation there. This is going to be a full-time result. Creeping over the line, RVP legend with the win.
Yeah, nice couple player locks just to close this one out here. Looks to get one more goal to seal the deal.
Every chance is starting from Henry. Like, it's too fast.
Tell you what.
Look at Ramirez. Forcing the save from Buffon, but that was unbelievable.
Yeah, that's the problem when you don't have like finishing play styles, at least on white.
Well, he won in Romania, did RVP legend, and he's won his first game of the eChampions League 2026. That's a bit of revenge as well for him. It was Samu Gamer who knocked him out to qualify last year into the top 8, as we see a full time there from Max and Di Fernandez. Maxkoelemaij, 3 points to the good. This table, even though we're only after 1 round, starting to take shape as Matias Bernardo leading 6 6-3. Bobby Charlton involved.
Yeah, I mean, Matthias, what this man has done over the last couple of years is just absolutely unbelievable. Back to back to back E-Premier Leagues it was?
Yes, which is pretty ridiculous, really.
I tell you what,
talking of the E-Premier League, Shorey,
you can't count this man out.
Back in the tie, he was trailing 3-1. 2 quick-fire responses from the Leeds United representative. That is just... He wasn't offside. I thought he was offside.
I don't believe it. He was onside.
What a miss, Oberon.
Like the pass was really good. The timing of the double tap with Incisive was really good.
Oh, he's been robbed of the ball again. He conceded his 3rd goal from losing it inside his own box, but makes up for it on that occasion. Nixneb has got a chance here to wrangle what looked to be a defeat into a victory.
It can be too early to keep the possession because
last attack.
Yeah, there would be at least 2 minutes of extra time.
I think he'll give the ball away.
He will try. I think, to attack.
Here we go then, Nixneb.
Desiree Due out wide, forcing the contact from Hincapie. 2 additional minutes.
It's good game management this, but you just need to make sure you don't give away that last chance. The concentration, Oberon, at this point has got to be laser focused.
Has to be perfect.
It's dangerous to keep the eye line so high, defensive line so high.
Yeah, and as Nixneb, you'll take that one last chance at a winner.
Will be a dream start for Nixneb here at the eChampions League. Musiala out wide to Due. This is it, last a chance. PhD goes sliding in recklessly. Due to the back post. There's Solo. There's Nixneb. Leeds United, 3 points. Out of 3. He was 3-1 down. Had the last attack. And he made it pay, Shorey.
I said it at 3-1. I said, do not count this man out for a single second. I absolutely love the way that Nixneb plays this. Yes, he uses the cross at the back stick, but you've got to use the tools that you've got. And that Soloth UCL item he has used to perfection.
I think that's why you put Sorloth in the bench, because he can like score in a different way and also like to defend. Without the fullback, it was too hard for him to defend this situation. Also the cross, I think that Weas maybe with that pass on White, so that's why the cross was perfect.
Right on the head.
Wow.
Soloth.
We just need to speak about the importance there as well, you know, last kick of the game. To have the clutch as well to sort of precision the header perfectly into the corner as well is not easy. It looks easier than it is to do.
E-Premier League representing well at the moment. You got Nixneb, Tekkz, both winning their opening game. Jafonso with the draw, and then obviously Bonanno looks to be 3 points pending here.
Razu, just one of the most consistent players we have ever seen in the whole FC circuit.
Absolutely. Runner straining forwards, doesn't fall into a chance, but that will do as Matthias Bonanno starts his eChampions League campaign, a 2022 runner-up in Stockholm, Sweden. In Manchester, a little bit closer to home for him. 3 points for Manchester City. Games coming thick and fast here at the eChampions League. Coming up next, what a cracker we have got. Jafonso against Nicholas. I also saw a few people in the chat asking about the Mystery Nation. Have a look at this, it might give you a couple more clues.
19 on VT, cross roll into
Dudelange, an FC player from this nation, won the 2021 eChampions.
9.
Only 4 clubs from this nation have ever competed in the UEFA Champions League.
4,
Get
3, 2,
it's easy.
1, 0. Got 3-10 on this VT. 2:30 on VT. We cross roll into green next. Yeah.
This is Chris. He plays EAFC on PlayStation tournaments, winning FC points, cash prizes, and even a few exclusive experiences easily. But how? On his PS5, Chris launched EAFC, found PlayStation tournaments, and registered. It's that easy. New tournaments daily, win avatars, FC points, and more. Compete, win, and claim your prizes today on PlayStation tournaments.
PlayStation.
Do you have the duration? 14. Okay, great, thanks. 1:30 on VT, 1:30 on ad.
Beautiful rescue. This is what he does.
Yeah.
You alright?
Qatar Airways, official airline partner of the UEFA Champions League.
1 minute on VT. My story, yeah, is 2:01. Outwards would be amazing. Thank you. 30 on VT, 30 on ads. $20 on ads, cross roll next. 15. Counting to cross roll. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What a start to the eChampions League 2026. 79 goals in that last round of fixtures to go with the 84 in the first. Round one is now over. There was a lot of emotion, especially towards the end for Nixneb. Tekkz got the job done as well. Wow, joining me here at the front, Tom, Lisa and Oberon to dissect what we have just seen. The action is just starting here, Tom, and all we are seeing is non-stop action and goals.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Oberon can relate to this as well, but for me, the first win is huge. When you're playing in a tournament, you want to win that first game. I think we're seeing it in the reaction of some of the players. Saw Tekkz in the first game, then Nixneb doing it there. It is a massive confidence boost for the other games.
It's goals galore here in Manchester, as you can see the results from the first round on the screen. What about when you get a draw, like people like Marwan have got in that first round? I mean, it's better than losing, I imagine.
I think it's not too bad, because when you know that to go through you need maybe 7 points. So like when the draw is not so bad. It's not nothing, and especially because maybe if you won the other 2 matches, you are already qualified for knockout. So yeah, not bad.
It was around the 6 or 7 point mark last season, which got people through to the knockouts. Here's the league as it stands. Of course, very early days, Tom. What a start for the man currently at the top. It's goal difference for him and Alihan as well. They'll be delighted, won't they?
I mean, yeah, I think that'll give you a platform as well. You can play a lot freer. You know, I've got the goals behind me now, so I don't need to focus on anything like that. I mean, I'm sure this table will change a lot in the next couple of games. There's going to be points going everywhere, but as I said earlier, you can't underestimate the importance of a quick start.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for those of you that are just tuning in this season, Tekkz last year, it went down to the last kick of the game for him. He went out on goal difference. Do you think that plays a part in the players' minds at this early stage of the competition?
Yeah, I think a bit. But for example, sometimes it can be also like dangerous to win too much goals. Like Karim won like 9-1, but he has to be focused for the next games. Maybe it was just too many goals for him.
Way too many goals. I mean, speaking of important goals here in Manchester, let's take you back then, shall we, to Nixneb in his game, because this result against Tekkz is huge, Tom. The way he did it is probably even bigger.
Yeah, I think coaching in the FC space has been a massive thing lately. And I think especially at the pro level, we're seeing what it does, because if you've been following Nixneb, obviously someone I played ePrem with, I know how he plays. You don't see him score goals like that usually. He doesn't normally use aerial players. I know his coach would have helped him with that and would have said to him, you know, maybe we add the saw off at the back post. It's like what a coach can do, how much it can influence you, because Nixneb normally would say, I don't cross it, all of my goals are nice, they're skillful, they're touches around the box, I'm not comfortable with crossing. He's gone away and worked with it since ePrem, because he wasn't crossing at ePrem, and he's doing it here. You bring on a sub, change the game plan, works perfectly.
Yeah, I tell you what, his dad is an absolute legend as well. We saw that at ePrem. I'm sure we might see him at some point throughout this tournament. Let's take a look around the grounds then, shall we? What we have seen so far, some more goals being played for you. I mean, that Mantuga, that game was interesting. It was very tight, very cagey over him. As a pro player, would you prefer to be involved in games that are like this one with Levy, where there's 9 goals, or a bit more tighter with the 1 to 2?
Yeah, I'm a bit more in the tight game, because when you arrive, for example, at the 60 minutes and you're drawing, like, for example, 2-2, 3-3, like, it's different, like the atmosphere is different, and for example for defensive players it's better when the game's like this. I think that I'm better in defending, so of course I prefer the Tuga games.
Let's take a look at what's to come. Let's have a look at our fixtures here in this incredible arena in Manchester. Tom, I mean, first thing we're gonna say about the fixtures that we are seeing is that first game, Jafonso against Nicholas. That is incredible. And then you go to match 2, and it's Levy against Anders Vejrgang.
I mean, look at the top 4. You've got Bonanno against Tuga and Nixneb against Emre as well. Like, they are some unbelievable fixtures. Whoever's cooked this up. The only thing I'm disappointed, they're all playing at the same time. You can't watch all of them. You're going to have to choose. But yeah, I think obviously it's going to be eyes on Anders after losing the first game, expecting a comeback against him when he plays Levy, expecting a big result. He won't want to lose 2 in a row. But Emre, Nixneb, you've got Bonanno, Tuga, Nicholas Jafonso as well. I mean, don't want to talk too much about Jafonso after what he did to me at ePrem, but I'm sure it'll be a good game.
Yeah, it will be a good game. Anders Vejrgang, by the way, for those of you wondering, is literally right in front of us. We're so close to the players. He's about a couple of metres away from us, and he's hearing everything we're saying. Listen, he lost his first game, but we know with Anders, he is in this position, he's not going to be worried, is he?
Yeah, but the game right now is not so easy. He has to face Levy de Vert. He beat him in the FC Pro Open, but right now it's different teams, different atmosphere. We have to. He has to win, I think, right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, we spoke briefly about Tuga, an absolute legend in this scene. We want to show you something which will help you guys at home get to know him a little bit more.
Hi, my name is Tuga, and this is my life and back. Since I was 2 or 3 years old, my fathers, they bought me and my older brother, who is 3 years older than me, the PlayStation 2, and we remember to play football video games. I remember when I was a child, we did a lot of tournaments at home, and it was an amazing child for me. I realized I was good in gaming when I was a kid, because I was the best player from my group of friends. But the start of probably believing it was if I'm not wrong, in the 2018 season, when I found some tournaments online. One of the best things that happened to me was like my hometown. They organized local tournaments. There were like 8 players from the competitive scene and myself, who I was not a competitive player, and I won that tournament against professional players. And it was that time that I stopped and think, wow, I beat some competitive players. What if I train a little bit harder, focus a little bit on the game, and start playing to see what I can get? I start believing a bit in myself, and I sign up in tournaments, in the qualifiers. And one of the most curious things about that season, I was not a professional player at the beginning of the 2019 season, and at the end of the season, I was in the World Cup, having 32 players. One of the best memories in my career was being the 2022 World Champions with Movistar Riders, who was a former club for me, and winning that world title with my partner back then was Andoni. I was probably one of the happiest men in the world. I want to have so bad this title in a few years. I want to look back and see that Tuga won any Champions League. Would be amazing.
0, 3, 2.
Yes, guys, welcome back to the eChampions League, where I am joined by my very good friend Grav to go through some R3 and go through a goal that we had in one of those previous matchups Emre Yilmaz against, of course, Manu Bashore. I'm very excited to see you break this down and see what actually happens here, Grav, for this goal.
Okay, so this clip is going to be fairly easy. The professor, I will call myself the professor as you say, Shari, is going to explain to you how to break down defenses when they have a high defensive depth, which, to be fair, Shari, for me, it's impossible. Like, it's so hard.
I'm still trying to this day to try and defend it.
We're gonna see how it is, because if we just play the clip, Manu is attacking against Emre, and if you see this clip, Lucio is passing the ball to Hincapié, and if we stop it in here, play, as you can see, the defensive line, it's so high up, even though it's a bit of a mess, not gonna lie, but it's really high up. And the thing with the players, they're gonna run in this direction. So you gotta be really quick. What can you do? If we just go with this clip and we go back just a bit, because we want to be going a bit. This is perfect in here. As you can see, Hincapié passes the ball, and if we stop here, the first thing that he do, and the way to break down those defenses, as you can see, Shori, is to trigger runs. So the first thing that he do with Musiala, just point to Cruyff, press L1, because he wants to trigger runs to run in this direction. So if we just see the clip, that's one run by Johan Cruyff. If we see the clip, you can see how Johan Cruyff runs, and now pass into Hullit. If we stop the clip in here, the main thing in here, as you can see, now the defensive line, as we saw, is a bit of a mess, because you want it to be, if you're defending, like this.
Nice straight line.
A straight line, but it's not a straight line. And why, Shari? Break it down for me, because he's going to do another thing. Late triggering what?
Yeah, so as we let the clip roll out, just a slight bit more here. Once the pass is into Musiala, if we just pause it right here now, once again, he had triggered that run right up top there into that winger up top, and it just makes it so hard to defend. I think we want to talk about mainly here the importance of triggering the run late, Grav.
Yes, exactly. If we just pull it back just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit, in here is perfect, because as you can see, he triggered the run first with Cruyff. And you may think that the pass was going to go to Cruyff, but he's not thinking about Cruyff. He's thinking about the wings. He's thinking about here and here as well. So the late triggering is so important, because, to be fair, Shori, we're not that good. So I'm not late triggering. I'm just triggering the run and thinking about Cruyff. But what he does in this instance, as soon as Hullit passes the ball to Musiala, he's pointing to the wing and triggering the run so late. Even Emre player switch really well, and he tried to cover the pass. It's just too late.
Impossible.
What can you do?
Absolutely impossible, and I think the importance there that you touched on with the Cruyff run is that it's kept the winger onside. And if we let the clip play out in full here now, you'll see Manu Bashore, the lovely ball through, and Emre Yilmaz is in no man's land there to go 2-all in that one. That's some R3, I mean, it's some fantastic breakdown from you there, it has to be said. And we can now send it to our next set of games with the casters.
Thank you so much, Gravison and Shori. As we said, we are ready to jump into round 2 of action. Brandon, Tom and Case taking us through this round. I mean, Anders Vejrgang takes on Levi David in this game. What a game that one's going to be.
I mean, this is going to be a rematch, because we saw them in the semifinals of the FC Pro Open this year. Anders came out on top, and so Levi will be looking for his revenge.
And Tom, there's a lot more games, 8 more of them in this round. I mean, Chafonzo, of course, against Nicholas is another game we have to keep an eye on.
I mean, there's 4 or 5 massive games there. You've got Bonanno against Tuga, Emre and Nick Sneb. Nick Sneb just come off a huge win himself. I mean, you've got Tekkz playing, RVP's been smashing in the goals like he always does. There's so many good games here. It's an unbelievable round of fixtures.
Absolutely. Well, look, it hasn't been possible this eChampions League without a handful of our sponsors that have been here season after season, one of those being PlayStation, who have not just provided the controllers, the consoles and the headsets to all our competitors. A massive thank you to PlayStation for making the eChampions League happen. They are a proud partner of the competition here in Manchester. Of course, they'll be with us alongside us all the way through to Hungary, Budapest, where only 8 players will make it there out of the 36 competing for a chance to pick up that trophy there, and $75,000 in 9 days' time. This is only round 2, by the way. All the players are playing 6 games in total. Let's not hang around any further, and let's jump back into this one. A player that's drawn a game already against Nicholas, Tom, who comes into this on fine form. He's a previous Champions League winner, and one thing that he has is consistency. He's always there on the big stage, isn't he?
Always, always, always. It's never at all about Nicholas, is it? We're so used to him being so consistent for how long now? 8 years, is it? 8 seasons Nicola's been doing it, and I'm sure everyone is in the same belief here that he is going to make it through the league phase. I mean, he always does.
Second player as well, Tom, sorry, to make $1 million in prize earnings, but he's not won a world championship yet. Could this be his year to go and do so? That's the team we are seeing coming through in the 4-4-1-1 that he has set himself out into for this game. Another solid bench as well. 50 million coins up for
იწყება უფრო ადრე ვიდრე იყო დაანონსებული დათუნა ბერია ტექზის წინააღმდეგ მოთამაშე რომელიც წლების განმავლობაში იყო ნომერი პირველი დამეთანხმება სანრექსა
მოგესალმებით მეგობრებო იწყება არანაკლებ მნიშვნელოვანი მატჩი პირველი მატჩი ვითამაშეთ უკვე და დავამარცხეთ სამწუხაროდ 2-1 მაგრამ ანგარიში მე თამაში მეტყოლებდა იმას რომ შეიძლებოდა იქიდან მინიმუმ ქულის წამოღება მაგრამ პირველ თამაში არ გავგიმართლა ვეთამაშებით ერთ-ერთ ყველა დროის საუკეთესო მოთამაშეს
FC-ის ლეგენდას მოდი ასე ვთქვა
ყველა FC-ის მოთამაშისთვის ცნობილ კიბერ სპორტსმენს ნახოთ ეს იქნება ტექსის მხრიდან
მადლობას ვუხდი ნიკა ხევიაშვილს რომ იყო ჩვენთან ერთად ახლა კი კიდევ ერთხელ შევეგებები და მადლობას გადავუხდი ასევე სანდრო ოთარაშვილს ჩვენ სანდრექსას იმისთვის რომ ჩვენ გვერდით არის საქართველოს გვერდით და არის საქართველოს კიბერფეხბურთის ფედერაციის ნაწილი მადლობა კიდევ ერთხელ სანდრექს
მადლობა
თქვენ გვერდით ხართ
თქვენ რომ ამ ყველაფერს აკეთებთ და დამიძახეთ და მე აქ ვარ ნახოთ აბა
როგორ წარმოვიდგინოთ ეს ტურნირი შენ წარმოადგენდი
მაგრამ კი ალბათ შარშა რო ქონდა ეს ტურნირი დავიდოდი მაგრამ არა უშავს
აბა მიდი დათუნა
ვახ
აბა რა კარში ბუფონი გვიდგას
დავაწყნაროთ ძალიან დიდი ასპარეზია მოკლედ ჩემი გადმოსახედიდან რო შევხედე ამ ყველაფერს არ ვიცი ძალიან დიდ ფორუმზე გვიწევს თამაში და ეს არის ნამდვილად გამარჯვება არის უკვე რომ აქ თამაშობთ პირველ რიგში და იმედია კარგი და დადებით შედეგს დავაფიქსირებთ
კარგი იყო რომ პირველი თამაშის ბოლოს Rafa Monteirოს გოლი გაუტანეთ, იმიტომ რომ ის თამაში არ გქონდა წასაგები და საბოლოო ჯამში წავაგეთ, მაგრამ ის რომ ვიგრძენით მოედანი, ვიგრძენით გოლი და ვიგრძენით ის რომ შეგვიძლია და არავინ არაფრით აღემატება ჩვენ მოთამაშეს, ეს უკვე კარგია.
აქ ტექსის შეტევა იქნება ფლანგიდან.
მაგრამ კარგი გამოვიდი ფლანგი.
კი, თითქოს ჩანდა ფინესი შორში, მაგრამ აქ ბუფონი ადგილზეა და აი გვინდა რა ერთი კაი გოლი ცოტა მოგეხმარება мотиваციისთვის ძალიან ფსიქოლოგიაა ჩემი აზრით ამ დონეზე თამაში
ძალიან ძლიერია ტექსი მოდი ესეც ვთქვათ
დაგეთანხმებია და
წადი აბა კონტრზე წადი
შეიძლება აქ შეტევა აი აქ შეიძლება კაი პასის გაკეთება მარცხნივ
აბა ერთი
ელოდება კარგია
მიდი
დაგჭა 1 2 აქეთ
შუაში კარგია
კაი შეტევა შეიძლება აქედან გოლის გაკეთება გამოდნობა
ოპა
კაი პასი 1 ქვევით
დაარტყი
ქვევით ვაიმე ქვევითაც კაი პასი შეიძლება და მე როგორც
შე როგორც მოთამაშე და მე როგორც არა მოთამაშე
ეგრე ვფიქრობ პასებს და იმოშვები კი რა ნახოთ ჯერ 15 კიბერწუთი გავიდა და თხოვნა იქნება რომ დაალაიქოთ მეგობრებო ჩვენი სტრიმი კი დაბრუნდით
ცოტა ადრე დაიწყო ეს ჩვენგან დამოუკიდებლად მოხდა რა თქმა უნდა 20 წუთი უნდა დაწყებულიყო თამაში მაგრამ დაიწყო 20 წუთი ადრე და შემოდი დაგვიბრუნდით იმიტომ
რომ კი და გადავაზიაროთ კი და დავალავთ
უთხარით მეგობრებს რომ უთხრათ თავის მეგობრებს რომ შემოვიდნენ და უგულშემატკივრონ საქართველოს
კარგი შეტევა და
მესამე შანსი იყო ფათაშორის და
გაგვივიდა, მაგრამ ჯერ არაფერი არ არის, გეტყვით რომ თითო ტაიმი არის 9 წუთიანი და 9 წუთში იმდენი გოლი გადის ხოლმე თითო ტაიმში, რომ ჯერჯერობით ეს არაფერი არ არის, მაგრამ ნუ სასიამოვნო იყო რომ ჩვენ გაგვეტანა პირველი გოლი, მაგრამ დავისაჯეთ და არა უშავს. წინ არის ყველაფერი, გავამხნევოთ ბერო კომენტარებში, ძალიან რთულია ამ ხელა ფორუმზე როცა გიწევს შენი ქვეყნის წარდგენა. ჩემი გამოსვლებით რომ ვისაუბრო ევროპის შესარჩევი რო უთამაში აქედან ჩვენ საქართველოსთან თბილისიდან ძალიან რთული იყო და რომ წნეხი დაამარცხო და გავუმკლავდე ამ ყველაფერს და მესმის მანჩესტერში როცა ხარ ჩემპიონთა ლიგაზე, შენ ისეთ მოთამაშეებს, რომელსაც უბრალოდ უყურებდი ხოლმე და მათგან სწავლობდი რაღაცებს თავის დროზე ალბათ, თამაში რო გიწევს, კაი, დარტყმა და აბარა,
ერთი.
ტექსის გაუტანეთ, კი და ძალიან კაი ტაიმინგი იყო, იქ ძალიან მაგარი დაგვრჩა წინ, ძალიან მშვენიერი პასი და ერთ-ერთი მეგობრებო, ჩატში გულები გავუსპამოთ, გავამხნევოთ ერთმანეთი, იმიტომ რომ ვფიქრობ, ეს ისეთი მომენტია, რომ ყველა უნდა გავერთიანდეთ და უგულშემატკივრო დათუნა ბერიას.
ნამდვილად.
კაი იყო, კაი. ხო, ხარისხზე არის რაღაც კომენტარები, მაგაზეც გაგცემთ პასუხს მეგობრებო, თვითონ ჩვენ საიდანღაც ვიღებთ სიგნალს, აი ეგ მინდა გითხრათ, სიგნალს საიდანღაც ვიღებთ, ანუ ის აქ იმ სიგნალს აქ ვერ უშვებთ კარგი ხარისხით მოკლედ რა, მარტივად რო ვთქვათ რა.
იმიტომ რომ რასაც გვაწვდიან, იმას გაწვდით, არ არის ეს ჩვენი სტრიმი რა. მანჩესტერიდან სიგნალს გვაწვდიან, იმას გაწვდით. მე რამდენადია და 28-ვე ადგილზეა. მე თამაში იყო რომელიც წავაგეთ.
ანდერს ააგებსო ხევომკარნა ხობს და არ ვიცი. წინა წააგო ანდერს. მე ანდერსას გულშემატკივარი ვარ ზოგადად.
მე და ხევო ანდერსას ეითერები ვარ და
მე ანდერსას
გულშემატკივარი.
კი, მესმის. ხო, მოკლედ ვისაუბრეთ სტრიმის ხარისხზე, გადავიდეთ უკვე კონკრეტულად თამაშზე. ერთ-ერთი გვაქვს ანგარიში, ჯერ ყველაფერი წინ არის.
ჩვენ რო დაგვაპატარაო და რო გაზარდო ცოტა ეს შეგიძლია.
მოკლედ აი, გავაგზავნოთ. ერთი არის ანგარიში.
დაჩეხება, მოდი ეკრანის გადიდებას, ესეც ვთქვათ. ეხლა ვკითხეთ ჩვენ სტრიმის რეჟისორს და ამაზე დიდი ეკრანი ფიზიკურად უკვე სხვანაირად დაიფიქსელება და საერთოდ აღარ გამოჩნდება ამ ხარისხითაც კი, ასე რომ ჩვენი მოთხოვნა და რაიმე პრეტენზია საერთოდ არ არის, ჩვენ ვჩვანდეთ, საერთოდ არ გამოჩნდება.
თუ შეტევა აქ ეხლა ტექსის კარგად უნდა დადგეს, ბერო კარგად უდგას. გამოვიდით რა მაქედან რა. კაია. ნახოთ, აბა ეხლა ეს კონჩეტევა გამოსაყენებელია, ფლანგი გაიქცევა დიდი ალბათობით.
შევინახეთ ძალიან კარგი არ დავყარგეთ კონტროლს.
აი, ბეროში ეხა იმას ხედავ, ჩემი გადმოსახედა, რასაც უყურებ, რომ ძალიან აწყნარებს შვიდად ინახავს ბურთს. გამოსილების ხარჯზე ჯარიმა.
აბარა.
აქ პენალტი
სანდრეს როგორც პროს ისე გეკითხები, ჯარიმები გადის აქედან?
არ ვიცი, ჯარიმები არის ჩემი სუსტი წერტილი, სულ ვათამაშებ, მაგრამ შეიძლება გავიტანოთ. რაღაც არის რა, რაღაც აჭერი, მაგრამ მე ჯარიმას არ ვერაზოს ვერ ვიტყავდი, ამიტომ აი კუთხური შეიძლება გავიდეს, ეხა ერთი კაი პასი. არა, წინ შიგნით არავინ არ იყო და. რატომ არავინ არ იყო?
ძალიან ცუდად მოდის.
აი მარცხნივ გარბის ძალიან ცუდად, ეხა მარჯვნივ და ყურადღებით. კაი, დაგვრჩა რა, დაგვრჩა. კი, კაი, ყურადღებით.
შუაში, კიდე შუაში. ფლანგზე.
კი, ბერო კოოპის მოთამაშეა ზოგადად.
შვენი რა დამოვიგოთ, აბა მიდი.
წავედით, ერთი გოლი გვინდა აუცილებლად, რომ წინ გავიდეთ, ფსიქოლოგიისთვის ძალიან კაი იქნება.
ეს რაღაცად გაძლევს.
არა, დავწყობ. ვახ.
ეხლა ხვდებით, რა მნიშვნელოვანი იყო წინა თამაშს არ წაგება, მაგრამ არა უშავს.
აუ, წინა თამაშს გვერდზე ვიჯექი, აქ უყურებდი და რა ვიცი, ზღაპარში მოიგო იმ მოთამაშემ რა, ეგეთი თამაში
ეს ძალიან კარგი იყო. დავაფასოთ მოწინააღმდეგე, როდესაც კარგია, უნდა იყოს რომ კარგია. ლევანო თემო სად არიან და მანჩესტერში? ბეროს გვერდზე.
კი. დელეგაცია ჩასული არის. დავაი ბერიში წამოვაწვინეო, სალამი ჩანს, ყველამ გავახნეოთ რა. დათუნა ბერია არის იბერიას კიბერსპორტსმენი, მაგრამ ამ შემთხვევაში მთელი საქართველო უნდა გავერთიანდე და უგულშემატკივროთ დათუნას. რომ ჩვენ ქვეყანას კი, რა თქმა უნდა, ჩვენ ქვეყანას წარმოადგენს ამ შემთხვევაში.
იბერია სპორტული ფეხბურთით იბერიას გაზრდილია, ასე ვთქვათ.
კი.
ესეც ორმაგი დატოვა.
მე თამაშობდი 1-5 წელი იბერიაში, ისე რომ იცოდი ბატონო გიორგი. გოლი გვაქვს რა გასატანი რა, გოლი გვაქვს. ხო, აი ეს უკვე კაი, კარგად.
ეს რამე შეცვალა ეხლა თუ?
ახოთ აბა კაი შეტევა აქვს, დათუნაბერიეს.
და გოლ!
არა, წინა გოლია ეს. ვაიმე რა.
აუ რა თქმა მაყვირე ჩემ. მეთქი იგივე გაამეორა.
რა ხდება აქ სტრიმის რეჟისორმა რაღაც?
რაღაცებს.
ახლა უბრალოდ გამეორება
ქონდა. ჯაგო თუკეში ხوار გინდა ისე.
გამეორება ვახ
ყველაფერზე გადაგვიყვანეს და მაგიტო იყო უცებ
რაღაცაო ვის არისო და კაი გავგზავნოთ მოდი ხუმრობა იქ იყოს აქ კარგი შეტევა არის ფლანგიდან ნახოთ როგორ გამოიყენოს არა ბერო დაცვაში კარგად დგას აქ
გადავრჩით
გადავრჩით მართლა გამოვდივართ ამ სიტუაციიდან პლეიეროქი შუაში პასი გაკეთდება ზევით აი ხა კარგად გარბის მარცხნივ კაი ტაიმინგი უნდა ძალიან კარგი გადაცემა შეიძლება დარტყმა თო 100%-იანი მომენტი. ძალიან კაი ტაიმინგი გააკეთა ეხლა ბერომ, რასაც უყურებდი, შეიძლება და მათ ფინესიან, ფინეს ლოუდრივენი და არ დავისაჯოთ რა, გამოგვაქვს, შენიერი. კი, ძალიან კაი მომენტი იყო, ძალიან რეალური იყო. ნახოთ. ტექსის შეტევა არის.
არა, შევინარჩუნოთ იქ.
არა, ბრავო, ბუფონი არ ვიცი, სახო, ბრავო ბუფონს. იმენა დიმა ობოლაძე ქნაო, იმან რო გაუტა. აიმე. არა. კიდევ გაიტანა ტექსი, გამოიყენა. თავის მომენტი. რაღაც მომენტს. ნუ თავის მომენტს გვაჩვენებს ბერო ალბათ. რა მომენტი იყო, შეიძლება და კი, აი მე იმას ვამბობდი რომ ბეროს ქონდა ძალიან კარგი მომენტი და შეიძლებოდა მაგ მომენტის გამოყენება, მაგრამ არ ვიცი, მეკარე გამოგვიყვანა თუ აი ვერ მოეშტრო ალბათ რა, რაღაც ამის მეასეჩი შეიძლებოდა გატანა, დავისაჯეთ აქეთ აი მომენტი რო ვერ გავიტანეთ და 3-1 ხდება ანგარიში. ჯერ წინ არის ყველაფერი, ვფიქრობ ერთი გოლი საერთოდ შეცვლის თამაშის სურათს, ამიტომ ჯერჯერობით გავაგრძელოთ.
ძალიან მეცინება ჩემ თავზე მართლა კომიკური რაღაც დამემართა, მაგრამ
დაკლიპეთ ისე და გამომიგზავნეთ რა.
არ ეწერა მაღალ ძმაო არაფერი და
ერთი თოლი ეწერა და ის ფინესი იყო, რაც ბაჯომ გაიტანა პირველ. აქ ტექსი შეტევა არის ფლანგიდან. ფლანგიდან, საიდან ოპირებდა ფინესის დარტყმას? მოდი თამაშზე კონცენტრირდეთ მაინც. სანდრექს ფუჩი არის თუ კიკო ფუჩი არის მეგობარო გეტყვით რომ გუნდებს შორის განსხვავება არანაირი არ არის ჩემპიონთა ლიგის რეგულაციები 15 მილიონი ცუდი დაკარგვა და 4-1 ხდება ანგარიში
ტექსია რა
კაც დაიკარგა მაგას ნახულობთ და რა მომენტში ირჩევა ბურთი ტექსი ნუ რაღაც მომენტებში არ ვიმართლებს სამწუხაროდ 4-1 ხდება 1-4 ხდება ანგარიში
მეგობარო ლევან გვისმინე ვერ გავზრდით ის წეღანი იმიტომ გავზრდეთ რომ მეინზე გავიდა და ჩვენ რასაც გვაძლევენ ჩვენ თამაშის სტრიმს არის ესეთი ხარისხი და წეღანი იმიტომ გავზრდეთ რომ თავარზე გავიდა და იმათი გამოსახულება გადმოვიტანა
შეიძლება კიკოფი ბოლო აი ბიჭ საიდან უყურე ხელაფეხი შეიძლებოდა აქ ერთი გოლი რა გაატანე
არაფერი
გავატანოთ რა ერთი გოლი და ორ გოლში ვართ დაისვა ტექსიმ და პირველი ტაიმი დასრულდა 1-4 არის ანგარიში ტექსი იგებს და მეორე ტაიმი ნახოთ რა მოხდება მეორე ტაიმში
ანგარიში 1-1
კი და 1-1-ზე ჩვენ მქონდა მომენტი
არა 2-1-ზე მქონდა
1-1-ზე მქონდა თუ 2-1-ზე მქონდა 2-1-ზე 2-2 ხდება კი კაი მომენტი იყო კი არა, არავინ არ ჩხუბობს, მე დიტო კომენტარებში უბრალოდ ბევრჯერ დაიწერა ეს კომენტარი და ჩვენ პასუხს ვცემთ, რომ ამაზე დიდად ვერ გამოვაჩენთ, იმიტომ რომ კომენტარებს ტელეფონიდან ვკითხულობ პირველ რიგში ის კომენტარი ეწერა მაგ საკითხს და უბრალოდ ჩვენ რესურსი რო იყოს იმათი მხრიდან, ჩვენ გავაკეთებდით ამ ყველაფერს. უბრალოდ იმათი მხრიდან არის სიგნალი წამოღებული და რაც არის იმათ მხრიდან ჩვენც მაგას ვაჩვენებთ.
ზუსტად ეგრეა
ხო და FC Pro-ზე ზოგადად რა როგორც აჩვენებენ ანუ აჩვენებენ მეინ თამაშებს კიდე რა ანუ თავარი თამაშებებსაც და კადრებად და ისე დაალაგდა რომ გვაქვს იმის საშუალება რომ მთლიანად ბეროს თამაშებს უყუროთ და ესეც ძალიან
კიდე ვიღაც გვიწევს Blue Phoenix თქვენი სახეები რაში გვაინტერესებს არ ჩვენ არ გვაინტერესებს ამ მომენტში ჩვენი სახეები მაგრამ ახსნა ადამიანმა ერთი ხუჯერ ხევა მახსნა ხუჯერ მეახსენე და ერთხელ მეექვსე და საუხსნე მეექვსე და მეექვსე და ვიტყვით რომ ნახე რა სიტუაცია თვითონ შენზეც არაფერი მე არ მithქვია ანუ უბრალოდ ლევანმა დაწერა 4ჯერ და იგივე კომენტარი და 4ჯერ აუხსენით სათანადოდ რომ რასაც გვაწვდიან იმას გაწვდით ანუ ამას ვერ ვადიდებთ წეგან ტექნიკურად იმიტომ მოხდა გადიდება რომ თავარზე რაც გაუშვა თვითონ UEFA-მ ის გადმოვიტანა და იყო ჩვენი გოლი თავარზე გაშვებული ეხლა ეს სტრიმი რაც არის მანჩესტერიდან მოწოდებული UEFA-სა და EA-ს მოწოდებული სტრიმი ანუ
სიგნალი კი
სიგნალი რომ უხარისხო არ არის ჩვენი ბრალი
რომელიც ისტრიმება შეიძლება 720-შიც ისტრიმებოდეს და 360-შიც და 360-ში აი ხა ეს რო გაჩვენოთ ნახეთ რა მხელა ის აქვს რა
ხო აი ნახე აი ესე არის
რო ვაჩვენოთ ესე ამას ჯობია ისე იყოს და ჩვენც გამოჩნდეთ ლამაზი
აი ლაშა დანელი აქვს წარს ეხა ანუ ვერ იგებ ნორმალურად თქვენი თავები რო გააქვთ ხარისხი იზრდება და მაგას გებაზრებიან ხალხი აჰა გავზარდეთ გაიზარდა ხარისხი თუ დააკლა
კაი არა მოდი გავზარდოთ თუ უნდა ხალხა ან ამის ყურება თუ ისე მიზანში წონილი არის და უნდა უყუროთ მაშინ არ არის პრობლემა
ასე ჯობს იყოსო კარგი ზმაო იყოს ეს
გასვლის შანსები როგორი არის
ორი მოგებით შეიძლება
გაყვიდე ესეთი კითხვა არის და თუნდა ბერია შეტევა იქნება ტიერი ანრი მარცხენა ფლანგად საჯარიმოში მაგიდან აქ არ გამოვიდა არაფერი ესე კაიაო კი დავტოვოთ ეს იმაში
ერთმანეთთან წავიდა
ხო თუ ესე კაია დავტოვოთ არანაირი პრობლემა არა არ დავყარგოთ ხომ აი
ანუ ტექსტია რა
დავისეჩით 1.5 ხდება ანგარიში კაც ვაჩვენებს ნუ რა მომენტში აი ეს ეში ბრუიზერით უნდა დარჩენოდა ბეროს რა მომენტს ვაჩვენებს
დიახ კვადრი 4 თამაში დარჩა ამის გარდა 1 იქნება დღეს უგასთან ხოლო 3 იქნება ხვალ კარგი მოდი გავავიჯო სტრიმი მოლინა ბურთით გადაიტანა მარცხნივ ინკაპიე იაიატურე ანრი კარგი შეტევა გვაქვს დარტყვა გოლ აბარა
გავიტანეთ
მესამე კატული გოლი ჩემპიონთა ლიგაზე დათუნა ბერია
რობერტო ბაჯო
შემდეგი მეტოქე როგორია და შემდეგი მეტოქე არის წესით თუ და რიგით ამაზე ოდნავ უფრო სუსტი მაგრამ ისე ტუგა ერთ-ერთი უძლიერესი მოთამაშე ესპანეთის ლა ლიგის გამარჯვებული
ნერვიულობა ეტყობა ბეროს მაგისტრალი უფრო ეს ყველაფერი მაგრამ ნერვიულობერი ეს თემაში
სხვა არხზე მაღალი ხარისხით რატომა მაშინ მათ უკეთეს ხარისხი
გავცნობიო თუ მოწოებას პირდაპირ გეტყვი რომ სხვა არხზე იმიტომ არის უფრო მაღალი ხარისხი რომ კიდე გავიმეორებ ის არის FC Pro-ს YouTube არხი საიდანაც ისტრიმება ოფიციალურად თავიანთი დაორგანიზებულია ეს სტრიმი და ისინი უშვებენ მეინსტრიმი მანდ გადის რა პირველ რიგში და უყურე იქ გადის 1-2 თამაშია მეინ თამაში აი რაღაც მაგარი ცნობილი მოთამაშეები, აი ტიტულოვანი მოთამაშეები თამაშობენ ერთმანეთში, აი როგორც აი ვერგანგი ტექსი რო ვათამაშოთ, ეგეთი თამაშები გადის და ჩვენნაირი თამაშები გადის აი ფრაგმენტები და ისე დაალაგდა მადლობა ამისთვის რომ ეგრე დაალაგდა რომ ჩვენ შეგვიძლია ბეროს თხრიდან თამაშებს
უკვე
5-3 ხდება ანგარიში, აი ამას ვამბობდი რომ 9 წუთიანში ანუ ამ სიტუაციაში კიდე ექნება ბეროს მომენტები და კიდე იქნება სიტუაცია რომ შეიძლება მიუახლოვდეთ რამოდენიმე გოლში. ამიტომ ჯერ არაფერი დანებებულა, თხოვნა იქნება გულები გაუსმამოთ კომენტარებში და გავამხნევოთ აუცილებლად
და გავამხნევოთ რა ბიჭი არის ჩემპიონთა ლიგაზე იბერია და საქართველოს წარმდგენი მაგარი გაუტანა.
კი აი გოლი იყო, ეხა გვჭირდება ეხლა გჭირდებოდა პაუზა, კი, დაგეთანხმები, ეხლა კაი პაუზა გჭირდებოდა. ხო, ნუ ეს უკეთესია.
უკეთესია
ჩვენ ლამაზებიც გამოვჩდით და ლამაზი მთლიანის ტიმის გვაქვს ესე იგი.
25 წუთი დარჩა, 25 კიბერ წუთი და ანდერსასაც ხვდება, დიახ, ხვალ ხვდება ანდერსას.
ხვალაც თამაშები გველოდება მოკლედ. ნახოთ. გადავერთო თამაშზე, აქ კომენტარებს მივაქციათ ყურადღება, იმიტომ რომ იყო რაღაც ისეთი საინტერესო კითხვები, რაც გავეცით პასუხი. ტექსი იქნება მარჯვენა ფლანგიდან დეზირე დუე. ნახოთ, კიდე გვექნება ჯერ შანსები, კიბერ 60 წუთი გავიდა და ჯერ არც გასულა და გვექნება კიდე მომენტები დარწმუნებული, უბრალოდ რაღაც პატარა იღბალი გჭირდება ჩემი აზრით. ამ დროს
თემოზავია გირეკავდა.
კარგი გადაცემა შეიძლება გაკეთდეს აქ მარცხნივ გარბის ტიერი ანრი, ერთი პასი შეიძლებოდა გადაცემის გაკეთება. ბერო მაინც ყოველთვის ინარჩუნებს ბურთს და აი სარისკო პასს არ აკეთებს ხოლმე რა, ჯობია რომ ნამდვილი ხო, აი ნამდვილს იტოვებს ხოლმე შუიდან მაინც.
ძალიან კარგი
შეტევა. კაი შეტევა კი. აი ქედან ეხა ერთი გამოსვლა გვინდა, მაქედან.
აუტიც კარგი.
იქიდან რომ გამოვიდეთ 1 2 3 და გოლი არის. დავედით. ერთი კუთხური უკეთესია ბევრად.
დაწოდება მოგვიგო
დაგჭის რა. დაგჭა. აქეთ
ფლანგზე არ შუაში
შეიძლება პასი. ერთი
დაუდუმდით. სანდრექს როგორც პროპლეიერთან და საქართველოს ერთ-ერთ საუკეთესო მოთამაშესთან კითხვა მაქვს შენთან. აი ხო ლუსიო რო იყო აშკარა დასარტყმელზე რა.
ხო.
დიდ ფეხბურთში ეგეთ მომენტში გინ ლუსიო იყოს, გინ რა ვიცი, აი ცენტრალურ მსვლელებს გავიხსენებ, ვინც ყველა დაარტყამდა რა. აქ აზრი არა აქვს ესეთი დარტყმას, იმიტომ რომ ლუსიოა?
ბრავო, ეს ძალიან კაი გადავრჩით. გაგცე მაგაზე მაკითხვალე პასუხს, კიო. მე ზოგადად როგორ მესმის გეტყვი, საჯარიმოში ნებისმიერი ფეხბურთელით როცა ყოფილი ვარ, თუ დასარტყმელზე გამიყვანია ვარტყავ.
ხო.
და ზუსტად წინა წელს ქონდა ეგეთ შემთხვევა, რომ მალდინით გავიტანე კუთხურიდან.
ხო.
რამოდენიმე პასი საჯარიმოში ეგრეხდება კუთხურიდან რა, კუთხურის მეტა რო ავხსნათ ეხა, კუთხური რო წოდება თავით აგდებ, რამოდენიმე პასს გადააბავ და შეიძლება იქ მარჯვენა მცველი იყოს, შუა მცველი იყოს, თუ დარჩები დასარტყმელად და შენ დაიჯერებ, გაიგებ რა. მაგრამ ეხა საჯარიმოს გარედან ზღაპარ.
ანუ აზრი არა.
აზრი არა.
ანუ ესე ვთქვათ, ესეთი სპეციფიკა აქვს თამაშს, ხო?
კი. და რა დონეზე გჯერა საჯარიმოში, კაია. დაგჭა.
აბა წამოიღე.
4-4-ზე შეიძლება,
მეტობაში ფაქტურად ვარ.
შეიძლება. ერთი გოლი გვინდა რა, ერთი გოლი გვინდა ყველა ვარიანტში. კარგია, დაკარგა მარჯვენა მცველა პოზიცია, შუაში შეიძლებოდა რა კაი პასი გადიოდა იქ შუაში და ერთი პასი თარიელი იყო და სარტყმელზე.
მადლობა ბადრი პასუხისთვის, შენც დიდი მადლობა ძმაო.
აქ არ გადის მომცველითო, აგერ კაც ვაგითხრა მე რაღაც მეკითხეოდ.
მადლობა მაინც.
ყველგან გადის, მეგობარო.
ბადრის.
ყველგან გადის, ყველგან თუ ჯერა საჯარიმოში მცველით კი არა, მე კარითაც გაიტან.
ჩემი კითხვას უპასუხა შორიდან არ გადის.
შორიდან ამ FC-ში იმითი არ გადის, თავდასხმიდან არ გადის, იმიტომ რომ ადრე იყო გადიოდა ახლა წინა წელს გამწვანება, ტრიველები, აგერ ხევოს ახსოვს ეთყობა ტრიველა და შემახსენა. ტრიველები ადრე არ მართლა კაი იყო წინა წელს, კაი FIFA იყო რა, FC იყო. ხო, ნუ წელს არის რა, ინსაისივი პასები და ფინესი. კი, ერთი გოლი გვა გასატანი. 70-ე კიბერწუთი არის, თამაშს რო დაუბრუნდეთ 3-5 ანგარიში და ერთი გოლი რადიკალურად შეცვლის რა. აი ხა, აი ამ მონაკვეთშიც შეეძლო რა, რომ აი რაღაც ერთი მომენტი გამოგვეყენებინა, გაგვეტანა და უკვე
კუთხური გვაქვს არ დაგაუწყეს ჩვენი მომენტი.
4-4-4-5-ზე უკვე
ჩვენი მომენტია კუთხური გვაქვს. უსიოთ რატო აწვის. ეს ხა შეცდომა არის, ხო?
ნახოთ. ბოდში წიმის შეისროს გავხედე. წავედით რა, კომენტარებში ბეროს გულები გაუსპამოთ, გავანხრევოთ მეგობრებო, სტრიმი დავალაიქოთ, გადავაზიაროთ, იმიტომ რომ ძალიან მნიშვნელოვან ფაზაში შედის ეს თამაში, 3-5 ანგარიში გოლი გვაქვს გასატანი და აბა წავედით.
კარგი, მაგრამ მაინც ჩემ კითხვას უბრუნდები, ანუ ლუსიომ რო ჩააწოდა კუთხური ეს გათვლილი იყო.
აი ეს პასი არის შეიძლება კაი შეტევა.
გაყოლო.
ერთი ორი ნების ყოფაა ბეროს. რო. დაგჭა. შუაში. ეგ არის. აიმე. აი მომენტ. არა რა, აი ხა არა. კარგი ხარ. გვინდა ერთი გოლი გასატანი გვაქვს, აბა წავედით.
ნიკაპიე ფრეა თუ ექსტრა ტაიმები, ფრეზე ფრეა.
ფრეზე ერთი ქულა არის.
კარგი შეტევა.
კაი შეტევა. შეიძლება. აი ეს გოლ! აბა რა, 4-5 ჯამალ მუსიალა გოლის ავტორი და აი ამ მომენტზე ვსაუბრობდი, ზუსტად რომ ჩვენ გვექნებოდა ერთი მომენტი აი ამ წუთობრივ სხვაობაში და მოახერხა დათმობერიამ გოლის გატანა 4-5 ხდება ანგარიში ერთ გოლში არის.
ერთ გოლში ვარ.
ალბათ ერთ-ერთ ყველაზე ცნობილ და ტიტულოვან მოთამაშეს ვეთამაშები. არ ვიცი.
ლეგენდას კიდევ ერთხელ.
ნიჩია, ან ერთი ქულაც რო წამოვიღოთ ფრეც, არის ალბათ. წავედით რა. აი ესე ჩატში გაუსპამოთ გულები, კომენტარები, ბერო ნახავს, იცი რა არის თავი, რომ ბერო ამ სტრიმს ნახავს, მე კომენტარებსაც ნახავს და ხვალ უფრო мотивაციით გამოვა. ამიტომ ყველა კომენტარებში გულები გავამხნეოთ და წავედით. გვექნება აქ ერთი კი არა, რამოდენიმე კიდე კაი შეტევა გვექნება. აბა ნახოთ რა იქნება მთავარია ეხლა დაცვი და ვითამაშოთ კარგად. ჩვენი.
აუტი არა.
ვახ, რა ბურცი გავა.
ტექსიც ხო არ აგვინერვიულა ამასობაში?
ტექსი აგვინერვიულდებოდა კი, ვატყობ უკვე. მაგრამ ნახოთ. ერთულია. სწორად. დაუდგეთ დასვაში. ყურადღებით.
გიზირებულე.
არა. დესინარჩუნებს.
სადღა წავა. აუ, ბრავო.
ამდენი ხანი შეინარჩუნა მურთი.
იმდენი იტრიალა, რომ თავის აწადელს მიაღწია, ეს გოლი იყო ჩემი აზრით კლასის დემონსტრაცია. ძალიან მაგარი გოლი იყო რა. მაინც დაელოდა, მაინც გამონახა. ოქროს შუალები.
აი დრიბლინგი ძალიან ბევრი იტრიალა და ელოდებოდა რა, რომ ვინმე გაიხსნებოდა სწორად და მოახერხებდა გოლის გატანას. არა უშავს 91 კიბერწუთი ის დრო არ არის, რომ ორ ბურჩი იდე შეიძლება რა დაიძაბოს უფრო. სტრაფი ერთი გოლი. კაი კიკოფია. შეიძლება აქ ერთი-ერთაო რა. აბა. შუაში სივრცეა. ქვევით.
ჩვენ დაგვრჩება.
ქვევით. აი ხა ბურთი გჭირდება რა. დეზირე დუერა მაგარი კარდია მოკლედ. ჩვენი არაფერი, ჩვენი. წავედით შეტევაზე. კარგი შეტევა. ლოტი გაასტრევდა რა თქმა უნდა. ლენქთია.
1
2 აიმე აი ხა ტექსი ბურს შეინახავს და ბურთი გჭირდება არა და ყველაზე მეტად ამ დროს.
გჭირდება, მაგრამ ტაიმი მოუგეთ ტექს. თუ არა. 3-1 იყო თუ 4-1 იყო და
არ ვიცი. პირველი თამაში დავამარცხეთ 1-2 მეგობრებო რომ არა, აღარ.
განსხვავება ხო არის რა, ვისთან მარცხდები ხა ტექსი არის სოფლიო დონის ვარსკვლავი და სოფლიოს წლების განმავლობაში საუკეთესო თამაში და
კი, ჩვენ ამაზე ვისაუბრეთ, რომ ტექსი არის ბევრი მხრივ ცნობილი არის, სტრიმერიც იყო YouTube-ზეც და ასევე ზოგადად პლატფორმებზე აქტიურობდა თავის თამაშით და ყველაფრით ტაქტიკების ვიდეოები ყველაფერს დებდა ხოლმე ტექსი და მე რო დავიწყე მაგალითად თავიდან ტექსის რაღაცებს ნახულობდით ხოლმე ჩვენ და
ვერგანგამდე ყველაზე ცნობილი იყო ჩემი აზრით ტექსი თავის დროზე. აი ბოლოს შეტევა იქნებ ერთბურთიანი სხვაობა ძალიან მნიშვნელოვანია თითოეული ბურთი რა 24 გადის შემდეგ
თითოეული ბურთი ძალიან მნიშვნელოვანია ბურთებს აქ მნიშვნელობა აქვს და ნახოთ აბა გვექნება ერთი შანსი კიდე
ისუნ პარკი კარგი ხარ არა აი ხო ვჩქართ
სულად გავიქცია.
ბრავო.
კარგად დაიცვა თავი მე კარგი.
მორჩა 6-4 წავაგეთ, მაგრამ
შეიძლება რა იქ ძალიან ახლოს ვიყავით. ორ გოლში ვიყავით თუ ერთ გოლში?
ერთ გოლში ვანერვიულეთ 5-4-ზე ცოტა ხანი. Tekkz. ალას სულ 6 თამაშია, დიახ სულ 6 თამაში.
არა უშავს, წინ კიდევ 4 თამაში გვაქვს. და ვფიქრობ, ამ 4 თამაშიდან შეიძლება გულების წამოღება. Tekkz, რა თქმა უნდა, ძალიან ძლიერი გამოცდილებას ძალიან დიდი მნიშვნელობა აქვს მეგობრებო, პირდაპირ კითხვით. Bero ამ დონეზე რო წავიდა, სათამაშოდ და იქ რომ არის, ძალიან დიდ გამოცდილებას იღებს. და ზოგადად FC-ში გამოცდილებას და ფსიქოლოგიას ძალიან დიდი მნიშვნელობა აქვს. შეიძლება თქვენ კარგად თამაშობდეთ, კარგი მოთამაშეები იყოთ, მაგრამ როცა მნიშვნელოვან ტურნირზე გეკნებათ თამაში, თქვენი თავი ნერვიულობის გამო ვერ წარმოადგენთ. ამიტომ ჯერჯერობით ორი წაგებით დავიწყეთ, მაგრამ წინ 4 თამაში გვაქვს და ვფიქრობ ამ 4 თამაშიდან შეიძლება რაღაცის წამოღება კი ქულების წამოღება თავისუფლად. ხა ამ ორ თამაში ვერ იტყვი, რომ რაღაცა აი ძალიან დავიჩაგრეთ ან რაღაც გავს ვერ იტყვი. პირველი თამაში ზღაპარი წავაგეთ. მე უბრალოდ ვერ მოვასწარი მოსვლა და რომ მოვედი, არ ვიცი, ძალიან ცივი გოლები გავიდა, რომ შეიძლებოდა პირველი.
კი, მართლა.
თამაშის წამოღება.
შეიძლება ეს არის ჩვენი მომავალი მეტოქე, რომელსაც დაახლოებით 2 საათ ნახევარში დავუპირისპირდებით.
დაახლოებით კი, მაგეთი დრო უწევს, მაგრამ შეიძლება უფრო ადრეც მოუწიოს.
ან გამოცდილია ტუგას.
ხო, ტუგაც გამოცდილი არის, კი. კი, დღეს იქნება მესამე თამაში, Bero vs ტუგა, იბერია vs Malaga, Malagას მოთამაშე არის ტუგა. და აი ბოლო მომენტი არის აქ ბონანო უგებს ტუგას ბონანოს ის მოთამაშეა და ეხლა როგორც ხები ბონანომ დრო უნდა გაიყვანოს და მოახერხებს თუ არა დრო ის გაყვანას მაგაზე არის და ნუ
I think he's done enough.
შეინარჩუნებს ამბულს მაგრამ კარგავს ძალიან ცუდად კარგავს ბონანო და სად უწავლებს ტუგას აი გაწურა ბონანო
I think he wanted to play the extra 30 seconds that he had to play there.
დღეს დანარჩენი თამაში, სამი თამაში ხვალ იქნება. გიორგი, ჩვენც უთხრათ ეს. ჩვენ მაყურებლებს, მეგობრებო, წინ გელოდებათ 12 საათზე გელოდებათ. Bero vs ტუგას დაპირისპირება და ნახოთ რა იქნება, მანამდე კი ჩვენ დაგიტოვებთ სხვა მნიშვნელოვან მატჩებს.
Absolutely. I thought that almost crossed the line, but I will say this scoreline is a bit surprising
for
me because we just saw Vejrgang competing over in Sao Paulo. He made it to the final up against Paulo Neto. So we know that he is competing very, very well right now. He's at the top of his game. And so to have a scoreline like this, he's going to be kicking himself because every single goal is going to matter.
It's a brilliant through ball, maybe more of a consolation. Schneider on the finesse. There's one back. But he's not happy with the start he's had in Manchester, rightly so. How hard is it to trigger a run like that, Tom?
Yeah, I mean, the amount of L1 use from pros, I'd love to see just how many times they trigger throughout the game, really. They just always got options, always using it. It's just the way to be. You're too unpredictable.
Well, this is RVP Legend now against Milka Love. RVP Legend, the champion in Romania. So we got his ticket here. And if you want to join us in Hungary, by the way, you can for the eChampions League finals. Grab your phone, scan the QR code, and if you're quick, grab yourself a ticket. And we are there on the 27th of May in Hungary. Just 3 days before the eChampions League final as RVP is offside. Speaking of that, the E-Superliga Romania champion. He won 14-9 over 2 legs. Currently 33rd in the world, RVP legend, you'll know him well. Chance for PH to get another goal back here. Sawed off, finesse, off target.
I mean, I think RVP goes under the radar. Online, been really, really good. And when he gets going, attacking-wise, there's a lot of players in that Eastern European region, like him, like Nasada, that you just can't stop them when they get going. I'm surprised they haven't won something big, but maybe their time's coming.
Looking at the results case, what's been the biggest surprise of the round, would you say, or the best game?
Ooh, I mean, in terms of surprise, I will say PH's scoreline, I believe. But best game, I think we have to give it to Levy and Anders. The 4-4 across the board. It was end-to-end, a lot of drama there. I know that Anders isn't happy with that scoreline, but yeah, lots of fantastic games. We knew there would be in this round with such great matchups. I'd probably say those.
I can't wait for tomorrow, by the way, the last round of action with our L bar here, when it's going to be updating relentlessly with so much on the line. Of course, we'll be finding out who will be missing out on the knockout phase. If you finish in the top 8 tomorrow night, you can make your life a lot easier when you come back to Sunday. You'll be 1 win away from Hungary. It's not the start the PHG would have wanted, though, as it looks to be to his name. 0 points from 6.
Couldn't see that coming. I mean, there's a few in there. You look at Tuga, look at Di Fernandez, a couple players on 0, and it will start playing into your mind now. You're thinking, I want to get the first 3 points. PHG been unable to, but for Karim, an unbelievable start.
What a start for Karim is back. What's this season he's having? They really went under the radar. A lot of the players actually in France during the French Ligue 1 were kind of joking about Monaco at times, not expecting them to go through to the finals, let alone win the whole competition. Especially when they stopped Fuma from picking up another French title. They stopped PSG on the way through, and then they went and beat Troyes in the final, the duo of Levi David and Manu. What a final it was. And what a win. Buffon didn't fancy getting 2 hands on that one. I was just having a look here at who PSG will play last. He plays Rafa Monteiro in the final round. I say that, though, there's no easy game.
Not when you've lost 2 games as well. Everyone feels that a little bit more difficult. It's not really sticking. You're not really flowing, are you? You're just hoping things start to go your way. Everyone is a difficult game, and that's why this league phase is so good.
Perez finds Cruyff now. Is there an overlap available? Cruyff will trying to change a Robert Pires. Hincapi. Last 8 minutes here of our start to round 2. Just a quick word as well on Milka Love. It was quite an interesting scenario in the Hamburg Virtual Bundesliga this year, because we were commentating on the action, myself, Ryan and Richard, but behind the stage they had to play a playoff game to work out who would get the World Championships. They were playing, I'll be honest, in the best way I could describe it, a shopping mall. They're upstairs in a shopping mall. They were in the back of this shopping mall. We were focusing on our grand final. There's a small admin issue here for RVP legend. He's might not be happy about, or is he okay? Hopefully we're okay to continue.
Okay. No, it's okay.
It's okay now, right? We can continue. Basically, long story short, Milka Love won that game in the playoff round between him and Musti, and that's how he decided the World Championship spot. So he's not only going potentially to the final way of the Champions League, if he can turn this around and have some better results, he's off to his first ever World Championship case.
That he is, and he's one of the rookies in our competition. I'll ask both of you, do we know how many rookies we have total? Can you take a guess?
So never played in the Champions League before.
Correct.
First time. Ooh, 36 players. I'm going to go for 8. I'll go 10.
11.
Wow.
11 players have not competed in an eChampions League before.
Special tournament as well. It's a bit different, isn't it? Just feels that extra bit of prestige behind it. You can feel it, all the players, all the atmosphere. I mean, especially tomorrow when them last games come, be something special.
It's the music, Tom, as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Those eChampions League tones that play out, the famous anthem. Well, if he had any controller issues, RVP legend, he actually scored straight after the restart. He's got a 4-goal lead here. And this is the final match of the round.
It's another player I'd expect to get away with goal difference. When he starts winning, he doesn't win by 1 RVP. But if he does win by 1, it'll probably be like 12-11, but he normally ends up scoring a lot of goals. So we know how important that is. I expect him to go through as well, based on form, based on how he's playing this year. I'd expect RVP to be in and around, I mean, he's definitely into knockout, but he's definitely around the top 8 as well.
Is he I say he's an underdog, but we only said that because of the champions that are in this tournament.
I think he goes under the radar, yeah. I think he does. I think people might respect him a bit more after this one, especially if he performs the way I'm expecting. There's so many names here, it's hard to call. I mean, most important thing is getting points on the board early. You don't want to be chasing tomorrow. You don't want to wake up tomorrow thinking I need to be flawless. If you can just get going today, be full of confidence tomorrow, and doing what RVP's doing.
Added time with 3 minutes, Milkalov trying to find a consolation, which isn't going to happen. And it might give RVP legend the chance to break forward one more time. Lovely little turn. I thought he might have come back into a potential shot on goal. Didn't fancy the angle. It's a brilliant through ball into Totti. Has he got the legs? No, he can't get past Balzagli. And that will do us for the first part of round 2. 18 more matches. Near enough concluded, but up next is this one. 2 players that are on winning form, and one of them beat Anders in his first round. It's Lex taking on the Sada after the break.
3:10 on VT on break, and then we're cross-rolling. 3 minutes on break. 2:30 on ad break.
This is Chris. He plays EAFC on PlayStation tournaments, winning FC points, cash prizes, and even a few exclusive experiences easily.
Just under 2 minutes
But how?
on ad
On his
break.
PS5, Chris launched EAFC, found PlayStation tournaments, and registered. It's that easy. New tournaments daily. Win avatars, FC points, and more. Compete, win, and claim your prizes today on PlayStation tournaments.
PlayStation.
Stage is set. What's promised to be?
This is what he does.
Leo? You alright?
Qatar Airways, official airline partner of the UEFA Champions League.
1 minute on VT, 1 minute on ad break. Are you hearing Ryan? On ad break, cross rolling next. 20 on us. 15. Counting to cross roll. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Manchester City cruise into another E-Premier League final. Leeds United are in the E-Premier League final! The three-time champions against the one-time winners Leeds United. Manchester City will score first in the grand final. Jafonto nicks them! Outstanding goal. Is he going to be the one-time? The shot? No, Estevao will!
That will do us 3-2. Happy break.
The next game is quite one of the best we've ever seen in E-Premier League history.
Two former teammates deciding who is going to win the E-Premier League.
The script writers have had a field day.
Oh, we are all square in the grand final. Extra time is on the cards. Manchester City! It might be a different duo, but it's the same result. It's 3 on the bounce. Manchester City, your E-Premier League champions!
Welcome back to the eChampions League live here. I'm joined by pro player Oberon. Of course, you would have just seen how the ePremier League players got their spot in the eChampions League. We're going to take a look, though, at 2 top players. Jafonso is one of them, representing Manchester City, and Nicholas, 99. This goal, of course, was the goal that made Nicholas take a 2-goal lead. Oberon, walk me through this gameplay here.
Yeah, it's always good to analyze Nicholas' goal because he always does everything that you should do it. And he was playing 4-5-1, and of course, if we can see the clip, he has 3 passing line because 3 midfielders. When he is able to Ramirez, we can stop here just when Ramirez had the ball, like.
If we go back a little bit,
just
first,
a little bit, yeah.
Just to see the position where,
like the defensive line when it's like, it's really high.
Yeah, but to me, it looks like it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. But when you have the ball, you have to trigger in this situation because otherwise you cannot score. Like the defensive line is too good. So you trigger PS. But when you have the ball with Ramirez, you go for a driven pass to Totti. So you arrive here. But when you have the ball with Totti, if we can go just a little bit. When you have the ball with Totti, it's not just. I don't think this is just an incisive pass. I think this was a manual pass that you can do at home with R1 and incisive with triangle, but it's difficult. It's not easy.
For 1 second here, you can see Jafonso selected Hincapié here, which is the right thing to do to try and track the run. I feel like he's done what he can do to try and prevent it, but even still, is it too late?
Yeah, because if the timing is good, if the defensive line is too high, and you have the good timing, it's just too late.
Yeah, we'll see the clip play out in its entirety to see how Nicholas ended up getting his 5th goal in the game here. He gets in behind here, and again, when you're with Perez, he's got the rapid plus kicking in, finesse shot plus play style. And Nicholas, 99, that was his 5th goal against somebody like Jafonso. And I'm hearing that we've actually got an interview from the man himself. Nicholas is joined by Casey.
Yes, I'm joined by the one and only, the Iceman, the 2022 champion of this competition. Obviously, you are on 6 points. Damasis and Jafonso, massive wins there. How are we feeling after those 2?
I mean, I'm happy, obviously, for the 6 points, but I think I didn't play too well both the games, but at least I won.
That is true. That is what you need to do. So we need to know, are you going to win again this year? Because we have a 2-time champion, but you could be the 2nd one in the history of the eChampions League.
I mean, I want to. I think we as players, we want to win all the trophies, but let's see. I think this year is even more difficult than last one because there is new players and really good players, but let's see. I will try.
Lots of great players, and you do have Chris de Boer as your last matchup for today, so how are we feeling going into that one?
I mean, I will try to improve because from 1 to 10 now I'm playing 6-7 points, so I will try to improve and do my best.
Well, a lot to play for, Nicholas, but I will let you get back to it. One more game to go. Let's go check in with FG over at the host desk.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm joined by Shori and Brandon. What round we've just seen. I want to focus on the shots so far. PH Zin is on 0 points. Anders Vejrgang is on 1 point from 6 games. They've got a lot of work to do as we look at the league standings.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're lucky that we're coming back tomorrow and they're playing 3 more games tomorrow. But I was just speaking to Tom in commentary, more so for Anders. What would you look at as a worst-case scenario from day one? 2 points, which sounds ridiculous from 9. top 24 go through, Shuri? You know, even if you're not at your best, you've still got a chance as long as you're in that top 24.
Yeah, it's just about sneaking your way through for those players who are just like sort of teetering on the edge. Another man I just want to touch on in his first 2 games, Tekkz there. I mean, it was looking, you know, he got a bit closer. He was 5-1 up, went back to 5-4, managed to secure his result, and 6 points out of 6 for the Donny boy.
And also 6 points out of 6 for Matty Bonanno as well. What a start it's been for him. We said earlier on, to get into that 24, Brandon, you need around 6 or 7 points.
What are you doing there?
What do you think?
Oh, you're doing...
The yellow card.
You're doing that, oh, okay. Thank God you're not reporting this next round, right?
Yeah, I've got the round off, actually. But listen, there's definitely an incredible round of fixtures coming soon. This competition, the format is fantastic. Thank you for sticking with us. Let's head over to the commentary team, Mr. Richard Buckley, Ryan Pessoa and Graf.
Thank you very much, chaps. The game's going thick and fast here at the eChampions League. By the end of this round, every single player in the tournament will have played 2 matches of the group phase. Our highlight game that we're going to be keeping all our attention on, Lex versus Nasada. Both won their opening game. Got to talk about Lex. He beat Anders Vejrgang 7-5.
Yeah, incredible victory from him, especially obviously having that as the starting game. There'll be a lot of pressure from Anders, of course, to perform. And you're playing against a player that won his league, what, a couple of weeks ago now? Yeah. So he done extremely well. And Nasada as well, Gravis, a goal scorer. I love both of these 2 players here.
I don't really know what to expect. I would say Nasada is a favorite coming into this match, but Lex did win against Anders, so it's a tough to call. But with the way Nasada plays, especially with the way he... To be fair, it's a similar way to Anders in the way they both attack, they both go forward, they both trigger runs. So Lex could be comfortable in this matchup, but let's see how it goes.
I don't see anything, I'll be completely honest, other than an Nasada win. I actually think he might win all 6 games in the group phase. He is a very, very scary competitor, and I think, I can't remember who said it earlier, but I've heard this being said already today. The fact that he won his league gives him so much more confidence.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned earlier in the thing, because I think when you're missing that, because everybody knows how good he is, the players, the cast, all of us, we speak highly of him. He was just missing the silverware. He's got that silverware, the pressure's off his back, he's already got his spot in the World Championship. This is an opportunity to showcase that he means business.
Yeah. The VPL title is his. Could the eChampions League be close to follow? Lex with a lovely extra pass. Finds himself 1-0 up in the early stages, Graf.
It's a similar way to which he attacked Anders. I mean, he's patient enough to look for the pass, but when he gets the ball with Ramirez, he's just looking for another pass.
Ramirez is like the facilitator. Like you said, he's done the same thing against Anders, the exact same method where he gets the ball with Ramirez and plays it off. This is another game though. Guga up against Hezes here. Massive opportunity for both players to get more points on the board. Guga with 1 point, Hezes with 3. That close game, he just about won.
We've got Ryan and Grav in the commentary position. Any questions for these two? Get them in. It can be FC, it can be real-life football. I'm sure Ryan would like to talk more about that than Gravison would right now.
He'd like to avoid that right now.
Any questions? Get them in. Any comments that you've got for any of our team here as Guga looks to go 1-0 up. Grav, talk to me about that Lex goal.
I had a great chat prior to talking about the Lex goal. I had a great chat with Hezers prior to this game. They actually played against each other 3 times this season. Okay. Hezers and Guga, because they were in the same group on the FC Pro, so that was 1 win each. But actually, to qualify for the FC Pro in Atlanta, they played against each other, and Guga won. So Guga is leading the head-to-head 2-1, and Hezers was telling me, I just want to draw. I want to make it 2-2.
Yeah, that defending, I'll be honest, Hezes, you won't want to look back at that. He pulled up a defender completely out of position, couldn't get his player switching right, and it left acres of space. You'll see it here from this replay, Crap. Look at the space. Ends up moving across. Actually, in fairness, it's not actually, I think it's just, I thought it was him that moved him manually.
It was him. You know why? Because he's pressing R1 twice.
Yeah.
He's doing...
got you. Yeah.
That's the way he's defending, which, to be fair, I'm not a fan. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's the pressing R1 twice, you get the cover passing lanes, right? I think it's called. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Georgie Witten 1-0 up at the moment. He was victorious for Levski Sofia in the E1 Bulgarian League. Picked up the title there, and this would be a big result for him if he was to beat Montaxa in this matchup. Early pause there and changes are being implemented in. Let's jump around and we can head back to Lex versus Nasada. Confidence oozing from Lex at the moment. Beat Anders Vejrgang in his first game of the day. That was a pretty risky step there from Nasada, but got away nicely with it. It feels like one of the biggest momentum players, Lex. When it clicks for him and when things are going his way, I mean, you see from the online rankings,
exactly, yeah.
He is a real scary competitor.
Lex is unbelievable. He's so good. We're seeing it obviously in these opening 2 rounds. That win against Anders, currently leading against Nasada, and his dribbling has been so impressive. The extra passes in the box, and you mentioned, Rich, confidence. And I think, again, winning that league title in Portugal can help with just getting silverware to breed confidence. Nasada, however, beautiful dig chip over the keeper.
Perfectly placed chip over the keeper. Nasada back in the game, 1 goal apiece.
Look at the player lock.
Yes,
perfect. Unreal. I would say Lex, it was a tough situation for him going over to Portugal, because it's one of those leagues in which when you go there, you gotta win. The only thing that you can do is win. And he got the job done, which wasn't easy, because the Portuguese people, especially the ones playing the league there, are really good. And not only the finals, during the whole regular season, he was impressive as well. So the final against Guga as well. Sorry, Rich.
No problem.
I thought that Lex did a great job, and this league, this year, the Portuguese league had a great level, and he won it comfortably.
Yes. We saw that snapshot there coming in from Jesus. Guga Ferrez, we saw him, Ryan, up close and personal. Commonwealth E Libertadores. He was a semi-finalist, but it feels as though every tournament that he plays, he's just improving and improving and improving.
I agree. I think there was one thing where he would even say himself he's guilty of, is not taking initiative when the opportunity arises in games. You'll see he draws a lot of games, or there's games where it's very close. And sometimes we've seen it in years gone by where Nicholas is always in those close games, but he comes out on top. And Guga Ferraz will be hoping this will fall in his favour as well. He takes the lead 2-1.
It's a lovely finish. It's almost textbook grab, work down the line, L1, R1, stop back inside there. Jamal to Musiala, finds the edge, doesn't close him down quick enough, and an easy finesse into the top corner.
I had a good chat with Cecinho about the use of Lamine Jamal as a right wing, because I'm not a big fan, to be fair. He cost, wow.
Goalkeeper rooted to the spot.
So I need to see that again.
Was Baggio, the left foot. Let's see how it is.
Talk me through it.
Just a pass, triangle pass. That's the reason why you should be using Rashford. One pass on what?
Oh, so I thought it was down the middle of the goal. I was going to say why the keeper didn't react.
We've got another goal here. Monteiro did get one back, but Georgie Witten 2-1 up at the moment. Disappointment for the Italian Monteiro. You can see some smiley faces in the back there. Tom Lee, Shorey and Oberon joined alongside Brandon Smith. Let's head on over there. We can see what else is happening from across the grounds.
Thank you so much, Rich. Yes, we are, I think, with about 25 goals already in this round so far. We've got Tom Shaw and Oberon taking a look as another goal just gone in. Tom, will come to you first. Cristobal against Danik and Di Fernandez Smolk.
Yeah, I mean, Cristobal a little bit unlucky, losing to Tekkz as late as he did in the first one. But looking to get back on that. Very good player, been playing really well online, 3-1 up. Di Fernandez drawing 1-1 against Smolk. Smolk going under the radar a little bit, but Di Fernandez needs to pick up some form soon.
Shorey, Allian Lyons still scoring goals?
Yeah, he's absolutely flying here, and he's actually got a free kick on the edge of the box here, where we actually might be able to see it live and direct. Surely this is going to be a goal here from Allian Lyon. He's got 5 on the wall. It doesn't matter. Actually, it does. It does. They've actually completely sorted him out there. And then Luke 2-1 up against Domasas. Bit of a cagey affair over in this one, but Allian flying.
Francesco, over with you. 2 games you're looking at. What's the better one so far?
I think the one between JP and Maxkoelemaij is because it's a draw, it's 1-1. Marwan is playing really good. He's leading 3-1 against Sofuoglu. He just considered that goal by, for me, the best item of the entire competition, that is Thierry Henry, that is creating a lot of chances by the wingers. I mean, the Marwan waves.
Amazing stuff. I'll pass it back to you, Richard, and the guys. But so far, these Monaco lads are flying at the Champions League.
Serie A must have been a good one. I didn't know you and Oberon on first name basis. Francesco. Still Oberon to me. Lex and Nasada, 2-1 here. It would be a surprising result.
It would be.
Even after the fantastic result that Lex got in the opening matchup of the day against Anders Vejrgang. Nasada is one of those players that you think could go all the way. That was that goal that Jesus just scored there before we thrown over to the guys. It looks like Guga, straight from kickoff, has found himself back in front. Robert Perez finds the finesse, finds the angle, and leads 3-2. And the goals simply do not stop coming. A mistake out the back there, and Montaxa makes him pay. Dicked over the top, Ruud Gullit. Wow. Flush on the volley.
And another one, because Lex did have an attack passing to Cruyff, and it was unlucky. It was a reflection, offside. And it was offside.
Yeah.
As we just jump over back to the game between Lex and Nasada. And we got a question in there, Ryan or Graf? So I'm going to ask Ryan. Who is your favorite item in the game and today?
It's got to be Thierry Henry. Has to be.
Great answer.
So you agree with Oberon?
Yeah. What's yours?
I'm going to say Alexander Sorloth. I'm telling you guys, I'm a big fan of the lengthy.
I like it. Guys, who has been your favourite player to watch in the is that the Champions League or the eChampions League? We'll go Champions League, real life football.
I'll let Graf go first.
So, player, for me is Lamine Yamal.
Fair enough, yeah.
For you, Ryan?
Ooh, Gabriel, Saliba.
I don't know. Gabriel.
Say one.
Gabriel, go on.
Okay. And who do you think is the underdog of the competition?
I was going to say Alehan Lyon, but he's an underdog, not really. So he doesn't count. There's so many players that I rate really highly. I'm going to say Karim is back because
that's a great shout.
Yeah,
great shout.
What about Lex? Grav, is he an underdog?
Could be one, but he just conceded 2-2.
See there as well. Jesus making it 3-3 against Guga Fraz. A lot of goals in that game.
Everywhere you look, left, right, up, down, there's goals being scored here at the eChampions League. This was the how quick finish.
It's within a split second. He's defending and then in one-on-one.
That's the thing with the 4-4-2. It's just like a couple of driven passes and you're through.
3-3. Guga and Jesus all tied up at the moment. Jesus is one of those names, and look, I'm sure if he even asked this himself, I could see him getting into maybe the top 8, but I just can't. He's been close before as he forces a great save there from Buffon.
Oh my God.
He was in the final of the Champions League.
Yep,
he was.
In 2023 in Istanbul, but
wow.
I mean, what a finish. If he scores goals like that, it'll make me look silly. What I was going to say is, I don't know if I can see him going all the way.
Do you know what it is? I think...
But he can beat anyone on his day.
100%. I think one thing I heard Nicolas saying as well in Spain, and you can see from his record with the goals he's scoring, goals are winning games in this variation of the meta right now. Jesus scores a lot of goals. However, he concedes defensively. I'm sure you won't mind me saying this. It looks like he's going to concede every time.
If he's scoring 8, he's conceding 7.
Yeah. So it's you get into those. Hold on.
And speaking of scoring goals, Ali Han Lyon.
My goodness.
He's roaring right now. Grav.
I mean, another 4-4-2.
No, look
just
at the
goes
state of
forward.
This is dark. Wow, 40 minutes, violent. 8-1.
You know how he is as well. This might end up 17-18.
Just thinking about, like, if you're Rafa Monteiro and you're losing 8-1 against, and you're thinking about the goal difference, do you try to make it to hold possession for a bit, or what do you do, Ryan?
I don't. 8-1 in the 40th minute is... That's crazy.
Hand up to Abby. Can I take the 4-3-3 loss?
What I'm doing, I'm working my foot under the desk and I'm trying to catch a wire. Just to, which one is it that turns this on?
We don't condone that. Maxkoelemaij 3-1 up there against JP Slater.
Great ball, great ball.
Well, Perez getting one back there. Marwin still leading though, 3-2 as we jump back on board. Live action here between Lex and Nasada, 2-2.
I will say
1 Alehan Lyon. Sorry, Graf.
It's great.
It's just like you can see him at the top. Of course, the goal difference. How?
It's incredible. And look, he got close last year, and maybe just that experience that he lacked he looks like a different player this year. We saw him at that VBL final,
insane.
And he put Nasada under a lot of pressure.
Because for me, all of us gave our predictions. I predicted Nasada, but I changed my prediction before the final based on watching Alejan's gameplay. He was that good. This game has tons of goals in it as well. Georgia Win makes it 3-2. See the dip of the head there from Monteiro. There's still a little way to go in that game.
Lex comes forward once again. Marcus Rashford with the double shooting play style to his name. I'm going to actually grab about some of these players that we're seeing here. Alejan Lyon and even Jesus now leading 4-3. The level is so high at this year's eChampions League.
Yes. Is that the question?
It is, just an observation. Like, you've played in this tournament before, 2019. Yes. It feels like this is the most competitive eChampions League we've ever had.
Yes, 100%. I mean, back in the days, there were favorites. I mean, you would expect Tekkz to win the tournament. Of course, he did lose against Nightwatch, and it was a close one. But now it feels like, even though Emre and even though Emre and Anders are the favorites, it wouldn't. I'm just thinking about Lex and RBP Legend. They're underdogs.
Yeah.
But they are scoring 10 goals per game if they are able to do it. So
Nasada over the free kick hits the post.
I do agree with you, Rich. I think it's the highest level that we've seen so far.
The table tells you everything. He's in.
Robert Perez onside. Rapid push to get away, and what a finish. He'll put the laces through it and finds the top corner.
Perez has been a focal point for a lot of the players in this tournament. You can see there, you can trust him in front of goal. He's got the finesse shot play style, rapid as well. You can trust him even with the 4-star weak foot. It doesn't matter if you have him on the left foot for the finesse shots.
I would tell people at home to try the Perez item because he's not that expensive. It's just a couple 100,000 coins. And it's just, I feel like it's the combination between the body type and the accelerate that when you're analog sprinting with the rapid, he's just flying.
Yeah, he goes. It's quick.
He's flying.
I mean, there's no sort of mistake why so many people have picked him as well, Ryan.
Yeah, exactly. He's been selected in 35 of the 36 players in this tournament.
You're the one who's not selected him.
What are you doing?
You're looking around, Wayne. Sorry, did you? You took Perez? you took Perez as well? Might be a bit of bother here as the man that we're speaking about does pick up possession. Johan Cruyff linking up nicely, looks for a finesse, bounces off Barzagli. Nasada.
Whoa.
Just conceded, but equalises right down the other end as we hit 60 minutes on the clock. Unbelievable action everywhere you look. Let's jump on over for the second half update from Brandon and the guys. Where should we be looking?
I mean, Rich, it's hard not to look anywhere but Alejan. I mean, he scored 70 goals in the virtual Bundesliga this year and didn't win it. He scored 80 last year in Bulgaria. We'll jump straight to you, Shori. This man is on a mission. 6 points from 6. And what is that? 19 goals scored so far?
It's an all-you-can-eat buffet back there. And the only man not invited is Rafa Monteiro. I'll tell you that. It's unbelievable stuff. 10 goals from Alejan Lyon in one game. And can I just mention also, it's the 50th minute.
Was it plate after plate after plate?
Just seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths, whatever you want, mate.
Tom, quickly checking in with you. I mean, we left it. Di Fernandez was in a winning position, and it's continues to do that. Same for Cristobal.
Well, yeah, I said Di Fernandez needs to step up. He definitely has. He's now 6-1 up. Cristobal was cruising, but it's now 4-3. So we've got a game in our hands there, but Di Fernandez has definitely won at 6-1.
Oberon, your two matches, any differences there? Any different stories coming out of them?
Yeah, just Max that now is winning 5-1. I think that in this competition, the croqueta finesse shot is 100% the signature move of Max because he scored other, I think, 2-3 goals with this type of finishing, and Marwan is winning 5-2. I mean, good goals by KSofuoglu, but Marwan is just better, I think.
Yeah, Maxkoelemaij coming so close to a World Championships, but can he make his mark in the Champions League? Rich, back to you and the guys.
10-1, Alejan leading. That's pretty much him through. 6 points with unbelievable goal difference.
Yes.
We saw it last year with Resende. That was the mark. He'll be looking at 18 for Alejan Lyon. Let's jump back on board here with Lex and Nasada. And a very, very fortunate rebound. Schweinsteiger quickest to it. Is this a Jesus 5-3 goal. Yaya Toure bursting past Hincapié, can't get back, and a low-driven finish for Jesus. Monteiro and Georgia Wynn, they've been trading goals all game long.
Yeah, I think Georgia Wynn was impressive in that game I was looking at as well in his opening round. And another day he could have more points on the board than he currently does. Let's jump back over to this live though. Lex 4-3 up against Nasada.
It just goes to show there's no easy game.
No.
Even the players that you look at and you think they might struggle, they might not quite pick up that many points. Everyone is competitive here.
There was a game I was looking at, and on paper you'd expect Levy to be the clear favourite against JP Sita. And holding a second, it's got to be Lex, and it's 5-3. He's got a bit of safety now, a 2-goal lead. And what a start this would be for Lex. 6 points, and he's potentially defeated Nasada and Anders along the way as well.
You were mentioning JP Slater and Levy before that goal went in.
JP Slater I thought was great in that game. I think the game got away from him, but he could have been 3-0 up. He was 2-0 up.
Small margins, Graf.
Yes, it's just those small details. Because I feel like that's the difference between a top player, a player that can win competitions, and the rest of them. Because I feel like, for example, when we used to compete, Ryan, I could beat anyone, but anyone could beat me.
And the thing is as well, what separates the top players, on a bad day for them, they're still walking away with something, you know, whether it's even Anders today, he could walk away 4 points on a bad day.
Whereas on his worst day.
Literally, whereas, for example, some players, I'm going to bring up Musti because he's got the lowest goal difference, and he's having a bad start to the day, and you can see the goal difference is heavily against him.
That Lex result, actually, when this season, that might be second competitive loss he's had. Luke's official beat him at the Pro Open. In Serie A there was group games and whatnot, but I think he was pretty perfect throughout. Knockouts, he flew all the way through. It's his second competitive loss this season.
I think there was a cup, and he said, if we're cut, I guess we're cut. Are we not? We can't. No, we.
Probably not.
Yeah, I'll be fair. I won't be.
And then he followed that up with a draw. Fascinating. I'll be really intrigued to see how that wraps up. Monteiro, 4-4, 71 minutes on the clock.
This is the thing that doesn't happen to Emre, to Nico, to these guys. Georgie was playing well, but look at this mistake, Ryan. I mean, it's just that drawing pass there doesn't make any sense.
Can't do it. It's not even on, as you said, Gravis, and it doesn't make sense. You've invited pressure, and he knows it as well. It's the worst way to concede. Speaking of conceding, Lex, straight after scoring, suffers a goal here from Nasada. Gets the ball with Totti, near post.
That's the second kickoff goal that he scored, the 4-4-2, and he said it was exactly the same.
Oh my gosh, sorry, I've just had a complete flashback. He was doing that in the virtual Bundesliga. So many goals from kick, if you remember, Nasada was doing that. He had like a method to the way he attacked from it.
To be fair, this is a fairly similar situation to the Lex Anders game.
It's very close at this stage as well, same as the last one. Lex in the box, Cruyff can't get the space. Oh, wow.
That's never a penalty, come on. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I need to see it again. At first glance, I didn't think it was.
Johan Cruyff steps up, fires it into the bottom right corner. And that cushion, this is the penalty decision. Cruyff,
he touched the ball. Nah, it's all Campbell.
That's crazy.
It's a soft call. But Lex won't care. No, back in front with that 2-goal cushion.
You do not mind if you're Lex here. Nasada will be thinking it's not his day, though.
We also saw Nasada at the VBL. He's an emotional player.
Yes.
I think there was one point the headset was off, maybe letting the desk let him know how that was feeling as well when he was playing. So those sort of things, they will maybe disrupt his flow. Speaking of flow, Monteiro and Georgie Winner in flow state right now. 4-4. Jesus, Guga Ferrez, everywhere you look. Johan Cruyff is at the heart of every attack.
We're back to 2019.
That's pulled, yeah.
Runner, top of the box. There's Perez. Goalkeeper rushes out. Easy finesse. 6-5.
You just know it, Rich. Once that triggered run is there, and then you've got the likes of Perez or whoever, you don't even need the finesse plus play style. The keeper's way off the line. You'll see it in the replay grab as well.
If I'm Lex, I'm looking at Sol Campbell. What is that? Look at the line. What are you doing, man?
Is that because Musiala's been triggered? It forces the AI to step back a little bit?
I think so. And that's the thing with 4-4-2. Because you're triggering runs with both strikers, and the defensive line's just gonna take a step backwards, and that's it. You're through.
Jesus leading at this junction. 5-4 against Guga. Robert Perez, we've seen how dangerous he can be on the turn in around the box as we head into a quick pause now.
I think this was a great example of what Ryan was mentioning about, like, you were watching this and you were thinking, he's conceding.
Yeah.
Jesus conceding. But that doesn't happen to other players. You feel like he's fragile at some times.
Some massive, massive scores coming in at the moment across the other games. I've just had a quick look over to the live scores. 9-1, Di Fernandez leading as well.
He was sensational in Spain as well. He was so good.
Struggled in his opening game though today.
Yeah, yep. I thought he was poor, to be honest.
Yes.
So it's a good response from him. 9-1 is a convincing way to get points on the board.
Oh, it's emphatic, to say the least. Georgie Wynn can't quite fire that ball into his attacker's feet.
I've seen this game many, many times, and it ends with Taxer winning the last kick of the game. Just of the way Georgia has been playing throughout the whole game and the inconsistency, I'm telling you guys, I've seen this before. It happened to me too many times.
Does he play for last attack here?
Too early for me.
Yes,
way too early.
Agree.
Just have a quick glance over at Leeds and Nasada. It looks to be a 7th goal and maybe the final blow for Leeds to solidify 6 points out of 6. Possession turned over from Montaxa. Georgie Wynn flying forwards, a little bit too hesitant on possession. Didn't quite know if he wanted to wait for the triggered run or step himself. Sorloth looks to probably be the final pass if he can find him. We've already seen the big man at the back post secure 3 points for Nixneb today.
I think now you have to wait for last.
I've seen this before, guys.
We did call it. Is it going to happen?
Yaya Toure into Rude Hully. Back to Yaya Toure. Building up. Runners being sent. Is there that killer pass? Is there that final blow? The dagger to put this wind out of Georgie Wynn's sails. Rude Hully. It's going to fall for Ramirez and another 4-4. Quite a familiar scoreline today from what we've seen across the games.
I think both players will be upset with that.
Yes.
I think they will be upset because it's an opportunity to get more points on the board, and it's a tough one for both players, and maybe that point could be the difference tomorrow. We don't know right now, but what we do know is that Lex will be having 6 points from a possible 6. He's going to get another goal. Look how direct that was down the byline, Gravison, but what a win against Asada here.
Now he has to defend because the goal difference is important, but you played against arguably 2 of the biggest names of the competition. Not only that, but
2 of the favourites.
Yeah, genuinely.
We could say top 5 players in the world at the moment, maybe top 3.
And what did I say?
Got the drum.
He's a big fan of that desk. Frustration from the Sada. 7-5, could be 8, with Lex bearing down on goal through Marcus Rashford. Goal difference might be pivotal, not only at the bottom of the table, but at the top as well. Irate is the VPL champion. Lex, the Portuguese champ, 6 points from 6.
Das geht nicht. Oder das geht nicht, Digga. Es geht nicht, das geht nicht. Es ist unmöglich, dass ich das verliere. Warum nur Chip-Tore? Jedes einzelne Tor hat Chip machen können. Jedes Tor, Bruder. Jedes. Digga. Geisteskrank. Warum der geisteskrank?
I'm going to do it prematurely. I'm sure there was something that said there in German. Apologies. Apologies for any language that you might have crept in there from the side, but clearly, Grav,
not happy.
Furious.
Not happy. Not only that, he of course he's furious because, wow, 13-2.
13-2. And do you know what the thing is? I already know. Like you asked Alan, how was that game?
Yeah, okay.
No, it was, yes, that's it.
What was I talking about? The Sada. When you win the BBL, not with the names that are in that competition, and in the FC Pro he played the way he played, you think you're invincible. You get here, you get the first win, and you're thinking, doesn't matter who I'm playing, I'm beating them. Maybe when I play against Anders or Emre, I'm gonna suffer a bit. But when you're playing against Lex, you're thinking, not a chance this guy is beating me.
Am I the only one that rates Lex that high? I rate him so highly.
Yes.
I think an unofficial prediction yesterday with a few people.
Yeah.
And I had Lex in my top 8.
I rate Lex so high. I must be the only one that's like... No, but he's so good.
I just think as well, getting his hands on silverware and winning something is very important.
Oh dear, that sums up.
You see it for a lot of players. I think now he's won that thing. He's won that tournament. He's won that trophy. I do think it might take him to a different level. Alihan Lyon, he's got the eChampions League in his eyes. He has been the most impressive player we've seen over the 2 rounds that we've watched today.
Do you know what it is as well? On paper, you would have expected him to win both games, but that's the pressure.
Manner of victory.
Also, and there's the pressure on his shoulders where, because you're so far as the favourite, some players, it may work against them.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel pressure. Zero pressure there.
Guys, what do you think about game management Hessers? Because I've never seen the same one.
I remember giving an interview with him, and he said his best form of defending is attacking. And in these positions, you can see why. He's giving it back to Guga. Last attack.
Yeah, Hessers
might
be the worst player in the world at keeping the ball. As Guga snatches 3 points from Hessers. 5-5 draw. Hessers cannot keep the ball.
That is criminal. That is criminal. Huge moment for Guga Ferrazzo. You take that all day long, but he should have never seen the ball again. I'm sorry, no chance. You got the ball down the other end in the corner. There's no way.
I'm just thinking about how Hessers has been working with Ferran Juanma throughout the whole year, which has been massive for him. But sometimes you can never change who you are, really, as a player.
Guga with another draw.
Hessers is Hessers.
You gotta go forward if you're Hessers, because the game management won't be there.
Well, games are wrapping up here across the board. Another draw. I would say more draws than we saw last year, which could influence this table as well quite a little bit.
Especially at the start of the day last year, day 1. I don't think we saw many draws. It was just wins and wins.
This one a little bit later in the day between Damasus and Luke.
I had the chance to see Luke playing against Tuga, and it was not much happened, to be fair.
Was it 2-1, right?
2-1 with the Sorlov headers. And
common denominator right here. I was going to blame Tuga, but how can I?
As you can see it there in the goal difference, that's the reason why Luke, even though he, at the moment, he has 2 wins.
He's at the bottom of the 6 points.
Yes.
But 6 points, you will not complain one bit. There's Sorov at the back post. As for Damasus, 30th in the table right now, 0 points from his 2 games for the Lithuanian star.
I'm going to tell you guys, Resende last year representing Sporting de Gijón, he got grouped. Now PH representing Sporting de Gijón on 0 points as well.
Resende was close to coming. I think
did he not go through?
He might have gone through 6 points.
Yeah.
24.
Was it 6 points?
Yeah. With good goal difference, and then he got knocked out first game.
Yeah. I remember.
Some of those 0 point players, though, are quite surprising. Obviously, Tuga, looking at Musty as well down there.
Seen Anderson 25th.
At 1 point.
What's going on?
Guga, 2 draws.
Yeah.
Same story as the FC Pro Open. Draws won't put you through.
No.
You have to win at some point. Jafonso, 1 point from his opening couple of games. All the familiar faces up at the top of the table that you would expect to see there. Bonanno, Tekkz, Emre Yilmaz, the Iceman Nicholas.
I was impressed with Tekkz, with the way he played in the first game, to be fair. Feels like he has a chip on his shoulder.
I feel like he would have lost those sort of games where it's end-to-end. So the second at his block there. It tends to it's falling against him a lot in the eChampions League, but he done, as you mentioned, really, really well to defeat Cristobal in that one, and then obviously the one where on paper you'd expect him to win, he done it. A lot closer than expected, though.
Look at the Divise as well. Max, 6 points. Emre, 6 points. Luke, 6 points.
Yeah, crazy.
3 of those players who came through that tournament. Cristobal's on 1 at the moment. Obviously, you mentioned him. losing against Tekkz in the opening game of the day. So you tell me he'll have scored 4 goals, Luke, over the course of 2 games.
2 games, yes.
If he wins this 2-1.
And conceded just 2 goals as well.
And Alihan just got 13. It doesn't matter if you get in the results. It shows how good of a defender he is, Graf.
You're gaining the points, doesn't matter. And he's going to look for Sodolov with a lengthy power shot. One can only imagine. I will say those power shots, they do go in.
Yeah.
And with Sodolov, he has it on Playstyle Plus. You should go look for those.
You mentioned it earlier, Ryan. I think it was Nicholas who said, attack will win championships. Attack will get you over the line here. It's a high-scoring game. Luke is the opposite of that right now. But if this is a common theme and he is this good of a defender, he will win the Champions League.
Got an opportunity as well. Space opening up. He needs to get more of an. I was going to say more of a.
You wanted the roles to be reversed there.
Yeah. Yes.
Musiala dinking it into Soloff.
Musiala does have good jumping stats.
He's got like a blueprint of the way he attacks, which obviously it does. It's worked so far in these opening 2 games from him. I just don't know how reliable
is it sustainable?
Yeah, how reliable is that in those games where you're up against an Emre or Alihan Line, for example? I don't know.
I'm thinking about the team selection. If I was playing here, I really don't know which right back I will use, because I feel like Nahuel Molina is a bad item.
Is it because no lengthy? Is
not only the lengthy, but it's, of course the lengthy as well, but strength-wise,
yeah.
He's not going to win.
When you play though, that back post is getting dunked on by Solo.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You kind of, unless you're splashing on Thuram, you're not going to do that. I don't know. It's a difficult selection in my opinion.
Let us know your thoughts at home. Who would you have in your teams? Who has to be in these eChampions League squads? 15 million coins the budget, with a pretty strict set of requirements, really. Yes. Icons and heroes are free to be used, but you have to be using some of those players from the Champions League promos throughout this year, as that we can see.
6 shots on target in 2 games.
He's conceded 2, he scored 4.
You know what? Fair enough. Like, genuinely, if he's able to...
He scored 5.
There we go. That's another shot on target, and it's another goal for PSV and Luke.
And it's a great example of how the press-proven playstyle is used, because it's a hard one to explain to people. I really like to say that, for me, he's not happy with something. The press-proven playstyle is like of a composure playstyle, like on composure plus, you would call it. So sometimes if you don't know how it works, basically when you get the ball and someone's pressing you, that's when the press-proven playstyle activates.
We're just looking over there, actually, into that corner where that game's taking place. You can also see players filing in as well. We've got Nicholas, who's taking his seat at the back of the arena here. Di Fernandez is getting in for the next round. Tekkz is in here as well. The players in the next round are all starting to file in and get ready for their games. And we've still got 15 minutes left to play in the round previously as well. Jesus just was in action there with Hellas Verona. We're back underway. Luke leading 3-1. It must be quite strange though, Ryan. I mean, both of you guys who have been competing, where you're coming in to play your game and there's still games already happening.
And if you also look at it as for both Luke and Damascus, obviously their game would have started later. You get revved up, you're ready, you're sat there, and then there's obviously some sort of delay. And
you see distractions as well. You see like Tekkz walking in, you're like, what's happening here?
And I think naturally, I'll hold that as a thought after this attack.
Could there be a 4th goal for Luke here up against Damascus? Twisting and turning in the corner flag. What was your thought, Ryan?
Hold on a second, he's got the ball across. Musiala goes for the shot. I thought the ball across the hood it was on Gravis, and he just didn't take it.
Agree.
I was going to say, naturally, even though you try your best not to, you will still be looking at other games going on in the group standings. And even though it's only a couple rounds in for the players, I think it's a normal thing to do.
100%. He's holding the ball there. When you are a player, and sometimes these things happen, like you're the one the only one playing and round has to finish up. How would you feel like? Would you be concentrated on your game? What happened, Ryan, when this situation happened?
Hold on a second. I think that's job done in this game for Luke.
Quadrupled his goals.
Yeah, 4-1 victory. So the question is, how would I feel if I was the one that's delaying?
But are you thinking about, like, so if somebody passes through, are you thinking about somebody passing through, or is it, or were you able to concentrate on the match? And I'm asking you this because I'll be fuming. I remember if someone passes by, I'm fuming, I'm screaming.
Oh, you mean if I hated that. I hated it. But again, when it's something you've got to get used to. It's going to happen anyway. You're not playing at home where it's just you and your bedroom or wherever. You have to acknowledge there are others around. But yeah, I used to, at the start, I found it very difficult.
I remember playing with Rafa just beside me. I'll be fuming. I'll be fuming. Like,
shut the desk.
Brother, stop it.
We've got a long way to play, but that goal there, you can see, puts Luke into the top 8.
Yeah.
With the goal difference.
Mm-hmm. He just conceded 2 goals in 2 games, which is
which pretty. I mean, you look at the bottom of the game, bottom of the screen there. 9-1, 4-4, 4-4, 5-5, 7-5, 10-4. No one's playing matches. He's playing a different game.
I also like the way he's the way he defended there to bring back yards. And it's a difficult one because if I'm a player, I would hate to play against someone defending like that.
With the CDMs.
Yeah. But when I'm watching it, I'm like, you know what, fair enough. It's discipline because I don't have that level of discipline to do that for 90 minutes.
I'm not sure Damas is going to touch this ball. In the final 1 minute of action we've got here. I was wrong. Luke representing PSV with the victory, 4-1. He's only conceded 2 goals in the entirety so far of the eChampions League. Granted, it's very early stages, but the indications showing that he could be a player to watch out for, Ryan Pessoa.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to keep an eye on him. Defensively, has been very resolute up until this point, and he's sitting pretty in 7th in the league phase standings, so he'll be delighted with that.
We gave you a quick peek of what is to come. There will be goals as Jesus takes on high-flying Ali Han Lion, and it's coming up right after the break.
Got 112 on BT, then cross-run into ad break.
Is it PlayStation? Free kick? Like a midfielder? Penalty kick? Maybe match day? It's a coach. I think this is coach.
Playmaker?
Nah, impossible. Wow. Oh my god. Football stadium. Jersey? It's a jersey? Maybe corner? Corner kick? Corners?
It's referee.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Players. Is it stadium? This is free kick?
No, but it's half time.
It's hard. This is impossible. What? No idea. Player, like football player. Penalty kick? Opponent. Stadium. Football. Offside. Linesman.
It is play style.
Counting to cross-run, 10, 9.
That was not close at all. Did anyone guess? Nah, these games are getting really tough.
1, 0.
PlayStation.
2:30 on ad break.
This is Chris.
Go ahead,
He
Ben.
plays EAFC on PlayStation tournaments, winning FC points,
Lovely.
cash
Thank you very
prizes, and even a few exclusive experiences
just under
easily.
2 minutes
But
on
how?
ad break,
On
then
his
we are
PS5,
cross-rolling.
Chris launched EAFC, found PlayStation tournaments, and registered. It's that easy. New tournaments daily. Win avatars, FC points, and more. Compete, win, and claim your prizes today on PlayStation tournaments.
Thank you.
PlayStation.
We've got 1:30 on VT. On ad break.
Stage is set. What's
This is what he does.
That could be on VT tomorrow.
You all right?
Qatar Airways, official airline partner of the UEFA Champions League.
1 minute on ad break, then we're cross-rolling. The did you get that? The reacts are 21 seconds. Yeah, got 21 seconds to go. We got 30 on VT, 30 on ad break, then we are cross-rolling. $20, 15, counting to cross-roll, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. 21 on VT.
We've just concluded round 2 of the eChampions League. 4 games out of the 9 ended in score draws. A massive win for Lex. He beat Nasada 7-5. Guga and Hezes shared 10 goals. You can see the anger, the frustration from Nasada there as we welcome back to the front Casey and Ryan. First things first, I mean, we're seeing so many goals here, Ryan. I know I don't want to look too far ahead, but tomorrow, do you think it's going to chill out a little bit? Because this is mayhem.
Maybe get more nerves in those decisive games, obviously depending on how the matchmaking works in that end of the league phase. But right now, I can't complain. I love seeing a lot of goals, to be fair.
I mean, speaking of a lot of goals, Dean Fernandez got 9. Alihan Lion got 13, Casey, and then Marwan got 10.
Yeah, he's now in the 10 goals club. I mean, we've seen so many goals across the board, but for Alihan, those 13 goals have put him top of the table.
Yeah, let's take a look at the table then. These are league standings here. We're in the league phase right now. Only 24 players out of the 36 can make it through. Anders Vejrgang currently is 25th. He's got a massive, massive game to play now, Ryan. I mean, it's an interesting one with Anders because you still think he's inevitable, and when he needs to get wins, you back him to do that.
He could have 0 points right now, minus 25 goal difference, and I'd still back him to just turn it around. I just feel like he's capable of doing so, but one man that we need to give respect to as well, Lex. The players he's defeated along the way, Nasada and Anders, of course, ridiculous results from him.
Yeah, he's on 6 points. Speaking of him, we can see some of his highlights, including his final goal, Casey, in that game against Nasada. We saw how frustrated Nasada was. He's a fantastic FC player. But this man looks real, like he's the real deal. And he looks like he's pretty... If he carries on going like this, he's going to get in the top 8.
Yeah, Lex obviously qualifying for this competition through his win in Portugal, but that momentum has gone all the way over. We see the passion there from Nasada. Obviously, going up against Lex is a difficult task, but he was not able to come out on top in this matchup. But he's going to have to regroup because there are more games to be played.
Yeah, we've got 10 players, by the way, currently on 6 points. I mean, remember, goal difference is important in this format, so every goal is super important. It's also important to welcome in Mr. Richard Buckley and Oberon for our MasterCard moment of the match.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. It is time for the MasterCard moment of the match, and there's been some incredible moments, incredible goals. Oberon, you picked out one of the best here, and it hurts you to do this as an Italian because you're going, it's the goal that Hezes conceded. Talk me through it.
Yeah, that's 100% a big mistake from Edgers, but this should not detract him from the work that he's doing with his coaches this year. He's trying to add something else to his gameplay that is, of course, is the keeping possession maybe in the last minute. This is a big mistake, but also we have to highlight the composure that Guga had, because he's just 17 years old. I mean, he has a deadly composure, because when he had the ball with the cam, we can see.
So let's pause it. Where would you like to pause it? Right here?
Yeah, like when he had the ball with Cruyff, he just take the space, because what Jesus wanted is just to come back with the midfielder, because otherwise...
So he's controlling here.
Yeah.
And he's probably also thinking maybe this player would be dangerous.
I think right now you just look at one that he triggered. So you just want to, I think, to come back. I think you just want to come back with Yaya Touré to just defending with him, because otherwise the 1v1 is really too difficult to defend.
So then, talk me through what Guga does here to create this chance.
I think the game-changing play by Guga was the player lock for the cam. If we can advance to the clip.
Let's roll it on.
Because it's created, you just take the space, then the player lock, because after the update, the first time through balls, they are not perfect. But if you put like Cruyff in this spot, so with the perfect positioning of the body, he was able to do the first time through passes to Pires, and then with Pires was too easy when you have the finesse shot player, plus it's just too easy.
Guga, 2 draws for his opening 2 games. Jesus can't let that affect him though, and he's an absolute character, Jesus. Have a look at this, because you'll fall in love with the Italian.
Repeat me the question.
135 on this.
Okay, I remember. One word that I could use for describing Champions League is adrenaline. This year I qualified for everything. I think this season is like, it can be my best season. I feel really confident, but the tournament is not started yet, so we have to see how I'm gonna perform in the next days, and I really hope that I can perform at my best level. I think the players that can make me in a bad position are the one that I'm facing in the league phase, because I have to worry about that, and after, if I go through, I will think about knockout. So I will go for Afonso. If we talk about all the other players that are in the tournament, I think Emre, Anders, but also Raklevi, they are right now the strongest. I think that my loss against Emre is like by far the loss that I think the most time, because against Emre I was really close, and honestly, like when I am at home and I see that I don't have the trophy and I was like by only 1 win away, I am like sad. Honestly, I hope to bring this tournament at home.
3, 2, 1, 0.
What an opportunity it could be for Jesus to go that extra step further and potentially bring it home. He's been in the top 8 before, he's back in Istanbul. Of course, this time he has a chance to go to Hungary, Budapest. He's finished third in this competition before, and as we said, he's been a finalist. Fun fact, actually, I did a lie detector with Jesus. Oh, yeah. Didn't do very well, did he? He just wears his heart on his sleeve, doesn't he? He doesn't really lie about too much, does he? But we jump back into this one. He spoke a lot about the players he didn't want to face in the eChampions League phase. One player he forgot to mention, Tom, was Alian Lyon, because he's on goal-scoring form at the moment. They're up against each other in round 3.
Yeah, Alian's proven to be a real problem, isn't it? Goal after goal after goal. A bit of a machine. We don't see any reaction. It's all very normal for him. So, yeah, Jesus is going to have his work cut out, and he also will be upset with himself for losing or drawing the last game, throwing it away. There's one thing in this game. It's going to be goals, surely.
Well, this will be one of our featured matchups. Jesus are taking on Alian Lyon, who's already been scoring plenty of goals already. Di Fernandez taking on Tekkz. Lex against Karim is back. There are 3 featured matchups here with myself, Tom and Shuri.
Yeah, guys, pleasure to be here. Another fantastic game.
Speaking of a goal-scoring machine, Mohamed Salah very nearly finessed it into the top corner as we go into a pause already. There's already been a goal over here, though. Di Fernandez, he scored 9 in the last round. Tom, you were watching his game. He has already scored 1 against Tekkz here.
Yeah, player hotly tipped amongst the other players. I don't think too many people at home be talking about Di Fernandez, but they realise the level he's at. A lot of the players are aware of how good he is. Pretty sure he's using the analog sprint there to get himself in behind Tekkz and get an early goal.
Tell you what, could be 2 here. Good bit of work from Tekkz with Mike on there. Tekkz looking to make it 9 points out of 9 if he can take down Di Fernandez here.
It's that good in some ways, Shuri, that tomorrow you could just pick up, honestly, I generally think a point, 2 points at max, and you'll still be in the top 24.
Absolutely, and you know, Tekkz really here, probably going to score this one right here. Buffon with the far reach, but you know, Tekkz can really start aiming if he can get past this game for that top 8 spot.
Well, chat, we can see you when all your comments come through. We want to try and get you involved in the conversation. As always, give us one player who you are excited to see in the Champions League as Tekkz ties us up with Yaya Toure. Ball roll finesse, thank you very much. Leeds United all square against the Spanish side, Cadiz. In the 9th minute of the game, he made it look quite simple, Tom, really, didn't he?
Why the Finesse Plus is so important. These pros won't have anyone without Finesse Plus these days because it's just too effective. As we see, for the first time, Lex in a spot of bother as Karim. I mean, they're probably the 2 most informed players right now, matching up in round 3. And Karim gets the early goal. He's run away with every other game. But yeah, going back to Tekkz and his equaliser, finesse is just way too important. You have to have it plus.
Yeah, I love the way he scored that goal as well. Sort of really disguised the shot, really sort of slowed it down. And I think just sort of caught Di Fernandez with a bit of a flashbang there.
Right, mixed two nation conversations. Guys, can we give any hints to the audience? Kay said that there's 2 icons from this nation. I said there's one player only representing this nation, and he's not won a game yet in the Champions League. Any further clues you can give the people? It's not Wales.
I mean, we've given some very good clues there, I'm not going to lie.
Rashford's off the post. That should have been 1-0 for Hezzers. I mean, is it Germany? No, it's not.
Is it subjective if I say beautiful capital city? Beautiful place.
There's probably quite a few nice capital cities, no?
Yeah, but...
Good clue, Tom, good clue.
Yeah, but narrowing it down, aren't we? We're narrowing it down. You already had enough with the icons.
I'm going to try and think what else we could give them.
Maybe we could say one of the positions of one of said icons.
Well, OK, well, I think that will help things out. There's 2 icons from this nation. One's a goalkeeper, one's an attacking midfielder.
That goalkeeper should help you out quite a lot.
There's not many goalkeepers on the game, is it?
Pretty sure as well, if I drop a big one. They've won 1 major tournament.
Chance at Cruyff! Hezzers off the mark! Surprisingly, it's not Ali Lion.
Yeah, 13 goals in his last game for Alihan Lyon, but Hezzers here, just a nice, simple build-up goal really here, Tom. I mean, that's kind of one of them that's very, very difficult to defend.
Yeah, it looks really easy, doesn't it? But you can't really defend it. See, Lex with a bit of a disguised finesse shot there as well. There's a certain angle, isn't there, Shuri, they're taking. It's like they're not quite facing the goal, and you think that angle's not on, but with precision shooting and finesse plus, you can make these angles work.
And Di Fernandez here, getting another goal on the board. I mean, do you use a player without finesse plus at this point? No, surely not.
Maybe a centre midfielder has to have it as a normal play style, but
any attacker though.
Yeah, the attackers.
Has to be.
Yeah, you have to have finesse plus.
Couple of updates. Karim is back. Speaking of finesse shots, there's another one that goes in. We've spoken a lot about Lex and how good he's been, Tom. Karim is back. He's looking pretty deadly, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, full of confidence after his E-League performance where they won it and no one was expecting that. I mean, they won it in convincing fashion as well. He's come here and he's just riding the wave still. He's still going. As we see an equaliser in this game, Alihan Lyon. We said there'd be goals, 18 minutes in. The referee gives a penalty.
Question is, does he score? That is the opportunity for Eden Hazard for Alihan Lyon. He doesn't! Wow!
The percentage of penalties that get saved when it's technically an 80% chance of scoring is just crazy.
Well, there's been 350 goals scored in the game. That could have very nearly been Alihan Lyon, but he wasn't quick enough to put it in the back of the net. I mean, as far as he's looked so far, there's Hullet, there's his goal. That's 24 for the tournament he scored. I was going to say, his average time per goal His goals to game time ratio has probably gone down quite a bit there, that he's not scored in 22 minutes.
Yeah, he'll probably be a bit disappointed with himself there, but gets himself on the board against Hezes, of course, a top player. Kind of just looked like he was running 100 metres there, Tom, with Hullet.
I think it's disguise. Hezes was waiting for the ball roll pass from that triggered run. Doesn't use it. It's Di Fernandez, nearly goes 3-1 up. That is what the pros will use all the time. They're triggering the run. You don't have to use them. You just see it and you go, okay, well, you now have to mark that, so I've got a decision to make. I either time the pass perfectly or I just run myself. He overstepped on the pass and Hullet's just run forward, taking it for himself.
We're going to take a quick pause in our feature matchups because there's 6 more games taking place. FG, what's the latest across those games?
Latest is we've got goals as expected, a few shocks as well. Katie, we're going to come to you. You're watching 2 players who have both got 6 points. We'll start with Nicholas. How's he doing?
Yep, he's up against Chris de Boer right now. It's currently 2-1. It's been end-to-end. He actually scored the first 2, but Chris is back in this matchup. But Nicholas is looking to go 3 for 3. On the other hand, we had Matías Bonanno go up 3-0 in the first 13 minutes. So a fantastic start for him, but JP Slater was able to get one back. And as I speak, it's now 4 for Matías Bonanno.
Ryan, a huge potential shot. I think there might have just been an equaliser in the game involving Anders Vejrgang and Montaxa.
Yep, equaliser, exactly that. It fell the weight of Anders, who was 1-0 down against Montaxa. Anders hit the post early on. Both players, it's sort of end-to-end, but no one's getting clear-cut opportunities. And there actually has been another goal in the other game between Levy and Max here. It's Levy to make it 2-1. So, yeah, fairly poised in both games, to be fair.
Grab another shot, another potential shot. PH in, last time we checked in, he was trailing.
He was trailing, but now he's leading 2-1. And if we go to history books, last year there was a Brazilian player representing Sporting de Gijón, and up to the 3rd round he was on 0 points, same as PH. What he did in the round 3 was get the win. So if PH is able to do it, will be history repeating again. I mean, what's going on? Then on match 9 we have Jafonso leading 1-0. To be fair, Luke conceded 1 goal in game 1, 1 goal in game 2, and he's conceding 1 goal in game 3, so could end like this.
He's coming with the stats. I absolutely love it. 6 games, loads of goals. Back to you guys.
Thank you, FG. Speaking of goals, Alien Lions got back to goal scoring for me. It's the penalty. That was a bit of a warning shot. Then he went down the other end and scored. Then he just scored this, Tom. He's up by 2-1.
Oh, it's an unbelievable finesse. I didn't see he could do that. I mean, use the finesse perfectly. As we see another one. Is that Karim again? Getting the extra runner in. Pires. I mean, we've seen Pires prominent in every team for good reason.
Buffon, Shuri?
Keeper's pulled to Stinker Street, hasn't he? Ah, it's a shocker.
Has he not saved that? That is my question. Another update as well. Tekkz loving the finesse shot. So why wouldn't it be with Desiree Doué?
He's so good.
2-2.
And we did do a bit of a feature earlier, Tom, talking about that Doué, and you saw Tekkz sort of in awe of how good that item is.
There's a reason he's done it. There's a reason he's gone for it. You feel that confidence. Sometimes it's nice. It's like the way I play as well, similar. I like to have a star man. Someone who's just a bit better than the rest.
Yeah.
Doué is that man. I mean, you see what he does for Tekkz there. Tekkz has always thrived off the right midfielder as well. Like, he loves attacking down the right, so that's his best player. Especially now he's added to this game this finesse angle. Keeps getting that finesse angle in where, especially with Tekkz, people are used to the extra pass with him. Now he's just having the finesse. As I mentioned earlier, you can master precision shooting. You have a field day.
I was having a little look earlier at Alien Lions' results last season in the eChampions League. He never scored more than 10 in a single game in the group stages. The league phase, I should say. He scored 25 goals in under 2.5 games so far. What a difference performance we're seeing. I mean, it only felt like last season it was this first time we got to see him compete in a league, in an eChampions League. Tom, why do you think he's just continued to thrive?
Maybe it's experience. I mean, we're going to see him probably nearly cooking there, but maybe it's just that experience. I think he came through. A lot of shouts of him being at Anders level, potentially new wonder kid, which is probably overwhelming as we see Lex getting one back with a little pass back. Make sure there's an open goal, get himself back in. But there was a lot of pressure on Alehan when he come through. Online, mirrored a lot of Anders. Wonder kid, I think they're both at Leipzig, and everyone's saying Anders has finally met his match. He didn't reach up to that just yet, but maybe now with the experience, a bit less limelight on him, he can just play. He's learning every time he comes to these LAN events how to play, and he's starting to put it together nicely.
I think as well, sure, him playing in the FC Pro Open so early this season really allowed him to flourish as he's through and up it.
Yeah, really interesting shot choice from Hullet there, but again, screaming the importance of the finesse plus. But I think you can see in Alehan's performances showing that sort of no fear from, sort of a young player playing at these events. And as you mentioned, Brandon, playing in the FC Pro, getting those reps in, coming to these LAN events. just means you can start thriving as a player, and he's doing that.
Well, a couple of updates for you. People in the chat asking about how certain players are getting on. As it stands, Anders is drawing against Monteiro. He did draw his last game against Levi de Veer. It was a 4-4 game in the end between those two. There's been a goal for him, believe it or not. He is up by 2-1, and that will do us for half-time. That could have been a late goal there, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, Tekkz reacted really well if the call not going his way. Look, tiki-taka, two great passes to get him in. He'll be disappointed that hasn't found the back of the net.
Game we haven't really spoken too much about is this one. Bernardo against JP Slater, the winner of the Irish League. It's his first rodeo, I should say, in the Champions League for JP Slater. It is normally his ticket, his invitation through via the Irish League. What a half it's been, though. 6 goals between the two already. Looks like Bernardo's going to get the last laugh of the half and potentially a goal to add on to the tally. Hunter with a finesse! 5-2. Perfect way to end the half, Shorey.
Yeah, I mean, that Ruud Gullit item, that finesse plus, it is just a lethal combination. As we switch back to the Anders game now, finds himself in the league. Can he get his first win on the board of the day, which is mental to say for Anders 3 games in.
Anders was trailing this game against the Maltese E-Premier League champion in Monteiro, a former world finalist. He was actually up 1-0 in this game, but Anders has come back with 2 goals. Could be on 4.
I mean, worth mentioning, Tom, when we were backstage just then, Anders had a little joke with you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He said, I've got 1 point. Unlike Spurs, I think he said. He said something about it. He's going to score anyway. And Anders might finally be catching light here. We've been waiting for the moment that he can pull away. Obviously, he did go ahead against Levy. He's putting himself 3-1 up with Bastian Schweinsteiger. Could be the moment he comes alive in this eChampions League phase.
Well, 1 point from 6. It could be 4 points from 9. Not the best day, but at least he's still in the conversation and might just be in the top 24 still.
I mean, that's how the top players roll. Even when they have a bad day, even when they're off form, they still turn up. They still manage to keep themselves in there.
2-2 back to this one now. Tekkz Fernandez. Remember, each of these players will play 3 rounds of action today. There are 6 rounds in the eChampions League phase. Sunday, we'll find out who will be our final 8 from the 36 that will be going to Budapest, Hungary. Chance of Musiala for Tekkz. Goes for a corner.
We saw a guess of the Mystery Nation before, that was Portugal. Just to be clear, Portugal do not have an icon goalkeeper on the game. So just trying to help you out a little bit there.
Even at France don't have an icon goalkeeper, do they?
Italy do, though. Someone did just guess Italy. Can confirm it's not, but it's an effort and a half.
Keep the guesses coming through on that Mystery Nation. We are going to be revealing it very soon for you. Back to this one now. Lex 3-3. What a start to the second half for Benfica's champion of Liga Portugal this year. And Alien Line has continued to score goals. It may have taken him 23 minutes to get his first, Tom, but he hasn't stopped scoring. He's just scored his 4th for the game. And Fernandez back in front.
Oh, it's frustrating for Tekkz. He had 2 chances, quick succession there. Didn't take either of them, then it was a quick counter-attack. But for Alihan, business as usual. He is absolutely flying. And yeah, this is the frustrating thing sometimes. You go and have 2 chances, you pin your opponent in. If you don't take it, you are always open to a counter-attack. And we know how quick counter-attacks can be so effective in this game. I think Tekkz has suffered there, and I think Tekkz does suffer from that in general sometimes with his slow build-up. If it works, it's great. If you don't score, you're very, very open. And this game in particular, people can slice and dice through you very quickly.
Yeah, and I think that's worth mentioning big time for the people at home is when players are building up a lot and triggering loads of runs forward, as soon as you do lose that ball, you're so open to a counter-attack. You see that turnover in these games here between the top pros so often.
Just looking at that league phase there for a second again, if we could see the top 8, who would you say is a cert that you'd expect to see in Hungary, in Budapest?
Nicholas. Absolutely. Has to be. I just think his consistency is... his mindset is just next level.
Would you say Emre? Would you say...
Yeah, I mean, Emre's not there yet.
Off his form?
Emre's not there yet, but you would say Emre, Nicholas, Anders is probably the three, as we see Hezes get one back. I think from what we've seen so far, Alihan and Karim Lex right in the mix as well, but obviously it's only day one. It's Tekkz, another equaliser and another finesse from a similar angle. Di Fernandez is refusing to read them, keeps giving him the chance up, and Tekkz keeps taking it. We've got a cracker of a game there. We've got a cracker of a game here as well. 3-3, they're all set up nicely for the last 30 minutes.
And I think we've already surpassed 350 goals in just day one of the competition. A few people in the chat will ask, is it just the league phase? Well, it's technically the league phase and the knockout phase that we're bringing you here, but we're bringing you the eChampions League finals in 9 days' time, where we will be in Hungary, Budapest. For our best 8 players, one of them will pick up the trophy and $75,000 on the 8th season that this competition has run. Finesse was the idea from the hero of Eden Hazard. A few of the pros were saying, Shorey, that it feels like Eden Hazard's finally got the item that he deserves now. This new promo that he's been given is allowed him to have the right play styles and the right in-game stats to really show off the player that he was.
Yeah, definitely. That's the man Hazard there, reflecting his real-life play, as we see. Di Fernandez gets his goal against Tekkz to go 4-2 up again. It's probably mentally a very frustrating game for Tekkz, that one. He just can't sneak ahead there, Tom.
I mean, he had similar against Cristobal. He had similar. He kept going back and forth, and he managed to get it at the end. I think a few of these games, it's now about who peaks in the next 10 minutes. To be honest, you've had your spar. You've had your goals back and forth, you felt each other out. It's now approaching the crunch end. You just need to play better than your opponent for about 10 minutes here, and you will get the win. I wonder who does it in the Tekkz, Di Fernandez. Same for the Lex, and Karim is back as well. These are set up really nicely.
We're going to take a quick pause in our feature matches as Lex wins the ball back. FG, we're going to check back across to you, because we're approaching 400 goals nearly, I believe.
Yeah, we absolutely are. And a lot of the goals are here right now. Casey, you're watching 2 very, very good games from 2 very, very good players. Nicholas and Matty, they're cruising, aren't they?
Yeah, both players are absolutely cruising. Nicholas currently winning 4-1 against Chris. But on the other side, Bonanno has scored 3 more goals. He's got a hat-trick with Hullet. It is 6-3 up against JP Sleater.
A little bit more breathing room in the other game with Ryan Pessoa. We mentioned Anders Vejrgang, the start he had, currently on 1 point. It looks like he's adding 3 more to that.
You'd think so. There's about 20 minutes left. He's on the attack, and he's actually made it 5 goals to 2. So you'd expect him to get 3 points on the board. Hear him celebrating over there as well. Levy's also up 5 goals to 2 against Max. Again, very comfortable from Levy. Is just coasting, really.
And prediction, the same as last year, was going to happen to PH Zin. How's he looking?
It's happening. History has repeated itself, because PH is leading 5-1. Resende qualified on goal difference with 6 points last year. Maybe PH is able to do it again. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. But then on match 9, we can see that Jafonso is leading 2-1. So for the first time today, Luke has conceded more than 1 goal.
Yeah, well, there you go. Snapman Graf at it again. Let's head back to the casters. The games are really, really good today.
Absolutely, FG. The chance to get into the knockout phase is huge for these players. Only 24 will get there. As we said, we are here for 3 days in Manchester. Goal number 400 has gone in. I dare to think how many goals are going to be scored by tomorrow. I wonder who got the goal. Oh, was it this man? I think it might have been. Alien Lion 6-2 up.
Hez has sort of given a face there of just, you know what, you're just playing better than me right now. Go on, just keep going, son.
He did a great job of keeping him out for 20 minutes or so as Lex finds a 4th there. Tekkz looks like he's 5-3 down with the through ball's about to come in from Baggio into Francesco Totti, who just goes on his own ball and a technical plus play style. Tekkz gets a goal back. And it is 5 goals to 4 in that game.
Just finesse again. It's like the snapshot.
Is there a way you can stop a finesse shot, Tom?
I mean, not the way Tekkz is doing it. I think it's all in the setup phase before it. You have to stop him from playing into them areas, because once he's in them, you can't stop it. No, you're not going to be able to move a keeper. You're not really going to be able to get someone in the way of it. It's all about the setup before and making sure that you don't allow yourself to get pinned back by Tekkz, whether that's using offside traps, whether that's using team press. There is something here that is stopping Fernandez from getting to Tekkz earlier. He needs to get him in these spaces, because once in the box, this finesse comes off. He's not going to be able to stop it. Look, not many offside traps. Not much team press going on, so Tekkz has arrived in the space once again.
Final 18 minutes of this game so far. I mean, what a start he has had in the the tournament today, Shuri, for Tekkz. You know, yes, you think like it was yesterday in the group stages last year where he was eliminated because he went out on goal difference. It feels so much more that fate is not just in his hands, but his tournament's a lot more in his control.
Yeah, absolutely. 6 points out of 9. And if he can sneak something out of this one, I mean, he was very lucky not to go an extra goal down there. But look, we know Tekkz. We know he's an absolute mentality monster. He probably would say his ability is not where he'd like it to be in terms of results. At times in the last couple of years, as we see him go 6-4 down here. But that's only because we're going off where Tekkz was, which was like no one could ever touch him, Tom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, be frustrated there, but it's obviously he's got to get back to where he wants to be. That's why he's still going. That's why he's still playing. And I think it's a good start today, even if it is only 6 out of 9 points. I think Fernandez, 2 goals ahead, 15 to go. He's a good player, Fernandez. He's playing really well. La Liga as well.
It just feels like he needs his moment, Fernandez, Tom, because he's been a top 4 player in the Cup, in the league, in Spain for quite a few seasons now. But where we maybe haven't seen it in the Champions League or in the World Championships, where he's really gone on for that big run there, but he's not really got the credit he deserves.
I think he's very respected by pros for that reason. Pros respect other pros that are consistent, because it's all good turning up for one tournament, but when you're constantly there, top 4, top 8, that's when I think you earn the respect of other pros. And Fernandez has definitely done that. A lot of people in this building are saying, keep an eye on it. Will this one be the one where he goes above and beyond? Because we've seen it numerous times. Sebran, he's around there. He's always there, especially when practicing as well. He's always super consistent. Online cups, you know what you're going to get when you're playing him. You know he's there. He's just waiting to have his breakthrough moment. There's no better stage to do it, as we see Tekkz going back into the game against him. Is it going to be another finesse shot?
Oh. No. No finesse for a change. 5.
Nice little McGeady cancel on the edge of the box there. Tekkz flies in with the low driven.
That's that finish here. Karimki, an equaliser.
Closing moments here. Baggio. Oh, wow. Off the chest and then back. Into the path of Karimi's back. That one's got to hurt for Lex. He's got to be asking questions of the goalkeeper.
I mean, that is just almighty unfortunate. He's going to be having some words here, though, surely.
I haven't seen Lex frustrated like that in my life. That's a reaction. He never, ever reacts. It tells you the frustration he's got, because he knew how important. Look, you never see that. Lex is one of the calmest heads in here, so...
I missed that bit, and I was thinking to myself, he looks really composed when he's annoyed.
No. There's a little bit of emotion come out there. I mean, it's frustrating waiting that minute. He's now got a chance, though. If he can build up the last attack, we'll have a chance to still nick it if he can just keep himself locked in.
7-4 here. People asking for results about other players as well. We'll try and keep up to date with everything that's going on. I have seen PH score an 8th goal in that game, though. He was desperate for a win, as he just potentially turned his eChampions League phase around. Matthias Bonanno running rings around JP Slater there as he wins the ball back only as far as the Manchester City shirt.
Do you guys have a dark horse favourite for the tournament? If we're going away from the obvious names of, you know, Anders and Emre and...
Dark horse, I mean, I'd go, from my experience, Lex and Fernandez. Probably Fernandez. I wouldn't have backed Lex until I've seen him today, so I'm a bit late to that one, but Fernandez, I think.
I might say someone like Marwan.
I like it, Randy.
Teammates
I like
with Karima's back, who won the French League One champs. A lot of Moroccans tuning in as well and backing them. Added time of 2 minutes. Last chance. Can he go and win the game here? This has been an incredible ending for Monaco's Karim. Cruz. Musiala expects the finesse no doubt to fly, and if he can find it, Musiala saved.
Can't believe he didn't low driven finesse.
He can't believe he didn't score.
I mean, I'm no man to tell Karim is back out to finish.
He put his controller down for a minute. He's won a corner, though. Can he make the most of this?
He's gone short.
No, he can't. He knows what a big 3 points that could have been.
Just feels like no player's happy there after that one.
Lex will feel like, that's the least I deserve after conceding the goal that I conceded to make it 4-4.
Take another look. Is the low-driven finesse on? Sure, he's called it. I think it could be the play.
I think it's just low-driven, open up the body.
Just try and... I mean, he's obviously lost his head as well, because I don't know why he's gone short on the corner. I really don't know why he hasn't tried. There's so many corner routines that pros have got. Short going backwards with the time against you just blows my mind. But sometimes these things happen. Your mentality gets shifted. You're under pressure.
Frazzled in the big moments. So you see Nicholas, 4-2 win in his game, 9 points out of 9. The Iceman.
It's a very Nicholas performance, that is. Very Nicholas performance. He wins 4-2, just calm, composed, defends well, gets over the line. Again, just goes about his business, Nicholas.
A few quick updates as well for those that are wondering. PH is 9-2 up in his game. Anders Vejrgang 7-2 up. He went 1-0 down against Monteiro. Looks like Anders Vejrgang is going to end on 4 points from 9 for day one. PH is going to end on 3 points from 6 from his day one. And we are back tomorrow for 3 more rounds of action. As the extra pass is played, JP Slater, big chance. It would have been nothing more than a consolation. Another full-time result coming in there.
Bonanno slowly going about his business quietly.
Right, isn't he?
Maybe sometimes the Man City boys don't get too much credit for how good they are. Maybe they're not everyone's pick, but they're playing well again. We saw them at ePrem. People didn't really go with them, and they delivered once again. They're just quietly going about their business. Very good day for Bonanno. Jesus starting to mount a comeback. He's got 10, 15 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes actually with the added time. Same for Tekkz here. I'd expect +3s and +4s. So we're approaching the end of these games, and they're set up very, very nicely. We've got Jesus 6-5 down to Alihan, and Fernandez 6-5 up against Tekkz. Some big moments incoming.
Yeah, Tekkz be looking to win this back and potentially counter-attack here against Di Fernandez. You guys will notice he's trying to do as many offside traps as possible to win this ball back. But Di Fernandez just sort of picking him apart here. It's a finesse.
That was the finesse, and on the rebound,